whenever they say the phrase "I see," it's always an image of Uruguay.
Ah, I see. Doesn't get it at all.
So they released a new trailer for. Or James Gunn's take on Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. I mean, Superman 2025.
You can both kiss my ass.
Superman Elgacy, Superman Kal-El, Superman. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Screwattack Top 10's Mehcast Reacts. This is a bit of an impromptu, unplanned stream. See, Ben and I forgot that we were doing a thing tonight. I thought that Gizmo was, since Gizmo's back, I thought that tonight was going to be our triumphant return to this. Gizmo thought that tonight we were doing Lord of the Rings, and Kevin knew that none of that was going on and had to remind all of us, and by the time we got all that squared away, it was already too late for us to do
I swear I wasn't trying to
bi-weekly double feature.
I swear I wasn't trying to mislead people.
I believe you. It's been a week. It's been kind of a rough week for everybody involved here, and you know, it was just time to enjoy some Screwattack Top 10s lists. How about that?
Yep.
Dude, it's so fucking hot here. It doesn't help I just came from the gym an hour ago.
Oh, dude, I just yeah. Oh, here's a little preview of a thing that I'm trying to learn. I am attempting and failing to get ultimateguitar.com to fix their tabs, because some of their tabs just redirect to the homepage for no fucking reason, and they don't want to fix that. I pay for this. I pay for this website, by the way. Like, I pay for an annual subscription to be able to learn shit here, and they some of the stuff just doesn't fucking work here, so that's great. Anyways, that little bit of complaining aside, I need to pull up a thing here. Gizmo, can you go ahead and get us started on the next tier, on the next top 10 video?
As you know, I'm going through the trials and tribulations of trying to archive every single Screwattack Top 10 video that has ever existed. Not top 5s, not strictly top 10s, what have you. And for some reason, I thought one video existed. It did not. So, crossing that off the list, finding this video, I have one last video to look for. That's top 10 things we want to see at Nintendo. At E3 by Nintendo. But, since I haven't found that yet, we're going to look for the second to last video that I found. And that is top 5 best and worst E3 moments by Nintendo. And this is a 2013 video. So keep in mind, this came out in 2013, so there's going to be some things that may not be so for any reason, or may still be so for any reason. I'm just going to warn you both right now.
Yep. I see.
Shit.
By the way...
Got it. Okay, my bad.
By the way, hey, Alex, since my mom and I have been rewatching the entirety of TMNT 2003, I'm rewatching it, and not this is her first time viewing it. Let's just say I ended up informing her of certain castings in the 2012 show, specifically that of David Tennant as the Fugitoid, Michael Dorn as Mozart, or Michael Ironside as Zanramon, and Lance Henriksen as Zog. She was certainly intrigued by that, and I'm like, oh boy.
All right, I'm about to press play.
Yep.
Gamer Christmas is around the corner, but it would seem that one.
It's a shame that Gamer
isn't
Christmas
quite
has
getting
been
with the holiday
permanently
spirit.
canceled.
With Nintendo not doing their usual style of press conference at E3 this year, now's the time to remember back to their greatest triumphs at the gaming industry's biggest show and tell. And also the times they sucked the most, just because we're jerks like that.
My body is ready.
Yes,
So
we know,
smart.
Nick, you are a
Hey,
jerk.
I'm Nervous Nick for Screwattack's top 5 best and worst Nintendo E3 moments.
Number 5.
I can't speak too much about this one without killing the moment, so I'm just gonna let Satoru Iwata do the talking.
And now you say, you want a revolution? Well, we've got one.
The president of Nintendo just pulled the next generation of console gaming hardware out of his jacket. Caught everyone by surprise. Well
Yep.
played, Mr. Iwata.
Rest in peace.
Compared to the flash and flare of E3 today, the first year of the expo may not seem quite as exciting. But screw you, it was. Why? I'll give you a hint, it's not the Virtual Boy. One of the most significant leaps in gaming history was first made public at Nintendo's conference that year.
By slightly pressing up on the control stick, Mario will begin to tiptoe. By pressing up further, he'll begin to creep. Still further, he'll walk, then jog, then sprint. This will also give
You know, it's a fortunate thing if important moments in history can be captured on tape so they can be relived years down the line. And for any gamer, you're looking at one of them.
Yep.
Number 3.
And then they did it again at E3 2006. Shigeru Miyamoto conducted a freaking virtual orchestra with the Wii remote. Bam! That same remote is being used to drive monster trucks powered by rocket fuel. Bam! That same remote is being used in a first-person shooter. But look, the FPS is now a sword fight simulator. Right away, you got it. You understood perfectly what Nintendo is
Hi, Red
aiming for with
Steel.
their next console. All of this, followed by some inspiring words from Reggie.
You came to LA this week to peek into the future. But if all you want is next generation, you're in the wrong place. Because what you'll see from Nintendo is not just next. Instead, it's what's absolutely new.
It was the time when the Wii held the most promise. Watching it years later, I am actually getting excited for the Wii all over again.
Playing is no longer
Number 2.
Oop.
You can't
Hey,
go
look,
wrong
it's
starting
Skyward
your presser off
Sword.
with something Zelda. In honor of the 25th anniversary of the historic franchise, Nintendo kicked things
Oh,
off
the
with
Zelda
an orchestrated
Symphony?
medley of Koji Kondo's music.
I have the CD of
At
that.
E3, you cannot waste time. The Zelda Symphony took away precious minutes that could have been spent getting onto actual announcements, but nobody minded because it was live orchestrated Zelda music. Maybe we have a slight bias here because we were, only like 5 or 6 rows away from the instrument spewing this greatness, but it's one of the few Nintendo E3 moments that brought us tears not of grief or of unintentional laughter, but of joyous nostalgia.
And Alex, I demand that at some point you teach me the arcane sorcery to play
My
the
name is Reggie.
PC
I'm about
version
kicking
of
ass.
Ocarina of
I'm about
Time.
taking
It's
names.
actually really
it's
easy,
We're
but yeah.
about making games.
Nintendo
I highly
didn't
doubt
have
that.
to do anything else at their 2004 presentation. New handheld announced with awesome specs and features? Sold. You win E3. But just as everyone was already leaving thinking the show is over, Reggie dropped a bomb.
But before you leave, I'd like you to step inside one more world for Nintendo GameCube.
Yeah, remember when Twilight Princess was a GameCube title?
Yeah. I remember when Breath of the Wild was a Wii U game.
Nobody remembers that.
I still don't have that version.
I have it.
You can't go wrong starting with Zelda, but you definitely can't go wrong ending with Zelda. And not that cartoony Zelda, like people called it, a real, grown-up, highly detailed legend of freaking Zelda with mounted horseback combat,
People-
killer puzzles, and backed by a
oh
spine-tingling,
boy, howdy.
orchestrated track. Crust is all.
Nick,
Shigeru Miyamoto
a lot of
is
people-
now armed and dangerous. It shouldn't be cool, but somehow it is. The crowd was so
Nick,
hyped for the
let me
next
tell you
installment of
something.
Zelda, I am pretty sure somebody ended up getting wheeled out on a stretcher. And
There are a lot of people saying that Wind Waker was better.
Yeah, now they are.
5.
I mean, Wind Waker.
I really
great,
want to
but-
like you, Nintendo. I do.
No,
but
no.
You
I'm
ruined
gonna
my life
talk over
on
this.
June 5th, 2012.
I'm gonna talk over
because
this
when you
because I
revealed
don't.
Sing,
We are gonna get copyright struck up. Fuck.
Thanks, Nintendo, for being the ones to get It's
Do you remember how the gag of the music video was that the? Do you remember that the gag of the music video was that the guy she was fawning over was gay?
Crap, guys.
Are you really going to defend Sing?
Here's a joke I just made
No.
What?
up. What do you call a plastic Wii
I wasn't
accessory
defending
that
saying I
Nintendo
was
knows
making
what to do?
noise.
The vitality sensor! Seriously, when the
Bite me.
masters of $20 controller add-ons
I'm dead serious. I was trying to contribute to making us not get copyright.
The vitality sensor first announced in 2009 were so
Alex, you would
negative
believe me,
that
right?
Nintendo has
Uh-huh.
barely even
No.
spoken a peep about it since.
Of course.
It does get some points, if only because other companies like Valve are looking to incorporate similar technology, but come on! You can't even use a nunchuck with this thing! Not a Nintendo fanboy alive was convinced the vitality sensor had any sort of potential.
Number 3.
Who was that?
That's no, don't
That
ask.
the Wii U is having a hard time getting some lift under its wings,
Okay.
but its troubles can be traced all the way back to its 2011 unveiling. The biggest thing here, there wasn't enough clarity for your average Joe Schmo and even some knowledgeable gamers to understand that this was not an accessory for the Wii, but rather the successor to the Wii. All they had to do was show the console itself more and give it a name that better implies successor. Like Wii 2 would have been
yeah.
a better name. They had to use their E3 conference the next
Oh.
week to give the Wii U a proper
Oh.
introduction. It's an E3
This
mistake
came out
they're
in
still feeling the
2013,
effects of
right?
Today.
Yes.
Number
12
2.
years later, Nick. 12
Oh, but it can
fucking
still
years
get worse.
later.
In 2012, they pulled just one more thing trick to show us more of the same game they spent the last 25 minutes not impressing us with. Nintendo Land.
Yeah.
Yay! But more disappointing than that, it was just fireworks.
I never got that
Virtual,
game.
unimpressive.
It's good. It's fine. It's just it's not a.
You'd think it would be
It's not
like
as
killer
impressive
action,
as
makes the
Nintendo
Wii U an
thought it was
immediate
going to be.
must-have, But nope.
Hey, I saw
Fireworks.
Renegamers
But
playing
worst of
that,
all,
and it was
if they
actually kind of
decide
funny.
Nintendo Direct
It's
is an
fine.
efficient
It's
means of
it's
making
fun.
announcements
If
and
I
big
managed to
digital
meet up with
theater,
most of
then
you guys
this will be the
IRL,
moment
we would have
Nintendo
fun
ends
playing
their
this
storied
game
history
with each
of
other.
press
Oh
conferences.
yeah,
But-
no,
We could
oh
do
yeah,
it
no
on my
argument
Wii
there.
U.
Water and Reggie making fun of each other.
Yeah, but it's the
Changing
fact that
forms
they
of gaming
acted like this
history,
was like a
all
big
wrapped up
leap.
with some Nintendo Land fire.
There's a Sanity
Some of
Not
us
Included season 3
are
sketch
around.
It's number 1.
where Lyle was like,
But let's be real,
"Holy
2008
fuck,
was
everyone!
bad.
Innovation!
2008 press conference might have
Copyright
dominated most of the worst lists just
Nintendo!
itself. But you know what the worst part
2012
was?
through forever!
But
Woo!
demonstration.
Look at all this fun!
Please, for the love of God, do not bring out Shigeru Miyamoto. No, come on, really? What are you doing, Shiggy? Run away! Run away! Don't associate yourself with this.
Wii music. Not as good as they
Crap.
thought it was going to be.
Gosh, it hurts to watch. Suddenly, I am reminded why I want to act.
What's funny is that Wii music actually works, and I'm not talking
Yeah.
like
Conference wasn't
it was
just
like
because it was
great.
embarrassing.
It literally
We
works.
missed
It
the point of what these
functions.
conferences are supposed to do.
I
You
preferred
can't
the custom
wow journalists from around the world
songs
with
in
numbers
Guitar
or
Hero,
crappy MIDI
personally.
renditions of the Super
Yeah.
Mario Brothers theme played completely
What, you
out
mean
of
like
sync.
the
You
stuff
need to
from
show them
Clone
something
Hero?
they would like to play.
No, I mean
Redesign a
like
treasured franchise.
Guitar
Show
Hero
us something
World
unexpected.
Tour's
Show us the
downloadable
future.
custom tracks.
And Nintendo,
Oh,
I speak for
okay,
all of us
that
when
Where
I
you
say
could get,
that we
like,
hope your future
a heavy
will bring
metal
you back
rendition
loud,
of Cruel
proud,
Angel's Thesis.
and ready to shower the internet with more
That
memorable
sounds
moments.
cool.
It was. I should still have that track downloaded on my. Oh God.
Why does Reggie
Was
look
that-
stoned there?
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, is that Stoner Reggie Fils-Aimé?
Feel me?
Okay,
Remember, this was in 2013.
I know. I'd say Iron Man of gaming, because I don't really... Because there were a number of things that I did agree with on this thing. And obviously, it's not really as big as I would have hoped it would have been, but it's still a pretty solid list overall. Like, it's not Master of the Internet. It's, at most, Iron Man of gaming.
Alex?
Yeah, I'd put it around that as well. It's not terrible. It's not super great, but it is pretty good, I'd say.
So, what, better than 2008 Moments of Screwattack?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. All right, so next on our escapade is top 10 futuristic weapons.
All right.
You know, I find it kind of funny how in the first Terminator movie, our governor ends up talking about like a friggin' plasma rifle. Oh, and the gun store owner is like, all we got is what we see here. And it turns out by 1984, they were experimenting with this kind of thing.
Yeah, no, they actually, I think it was in the 90s that they came out with a railgun, prototype for the Navy, and now they actually have them mounted standard on a lot of Navy ships. So they weren't... The funny thing is, a lot of science fiction usually isn't that far off. It's like, oh, it's from the far-off future, and then it shows up within the next, like, decade or so, or it's already being developed. I remember Tom Clancy got asked a bunch of questions about stuff like that. Because part of his secret was that he hung around with a lot of former military guys who would just say things to him and near him that he wasn't supposed to hear, and then he'd write all that stuff into his books.
And I guess that's how. I guess that's why I always take a long ass time to create most of the games too.
Right. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, damn it.
Anyway, let's see our futuristic weapons.
Hello there, Internet. It's me, Boomstick.
Oh, great.
Oh, hi, Boomstick.
And I came running. As you know,
Yay.
that are made for killing.
Gosh.
So let's take a journey through time and space and see what weaponized
Your hate boner for Death Battle is obvious.
Remember, there's one entry
Master
per franchise, and
Yeah.
they need to be weapons
Yeah, no shit,
So
Sherlock.
next
That
is
was
the
literally
power
part of
And
the
if you're
gimmick
holding your
for
breath
our
a
reaction
lightsaber, You're
videos.
shit out of luck because that weapon is from a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
What do you mean by that, Boomstick?
Hey, that's the same title
Number 10.
thing that Kaiser Neko used
The match
for
begins.
Cooler 2.
Where do you go? Straight to the energy sword. When Halo 2 introduced this menacing futuristic cutlery,
Oh, bullshit. Boomstick prefers guns. We all know
Halo
this.
2 was already an effective and
This is why it's
satisfying
at number
method for
10.
dropping your foe. But when combined with the plasma sword, it's a whole new level of
Yeah, but you would think a sword
There's
wouldn't be
nothing
getting
like
on
running
any
into
of
a
these
group of
lists.
enemies
Yeah,
and
but
cutting
it's
them down
futuristic
one by one.
weapons.
Some
It's
sort
the
of
coolest
teleporting
sword in the
demon.
history of
Until
games.
that one asshole tags you with a rocket
Aside
from
from
point
Master
blank
Sword.
just to stop your murder spree.
And any variant of Ultima Weapon.
Two things I love: violence and explosions. But to watch these two God-given
And
gifts
violent
occur in
explosions.
slow motion can really make me hot-blooded. A sniper rifle of sorts, the Seeker in Singularity is a special kind of explosive powerhouse.
Sorry,
With
what?
futuristic technology
Singularity
and
is a
probably
really cool
some
game.
kind of voodoo, the Seeker fires shells that can be remote controlled. The
Yeah.
shrapnel-spewing cartridges can
Yeah.
be
What?
spiked directly
It's
into
a
the
smart
head,
rifle.
torso, or nutsack of any pendejo that
This
crosses
game
your
is
path
fucking great.
and kills them deader than roadkill in the treads of my road huggers.
Number 8.
My grandpappy Boomstick used to tell me stories of how he'd simply hand all of his ammunition to his fellow World War II
Your
soldiers.
grandpappy gave
Why?
birth. Earth
because
to
he didn't
Sarge?
need bullets, only
Yes.
the bayonet fashioned to the end of his M1. So when Gears of War debuted its taint-ripping Lancer attachment, I had no choice
Unless
but
he was
to
your
fall in
grandpappy
love.
on your
What's
mom's
already
side.
considered an intimate kill is now straight up invasive, as the undermounted saw blade tears into enemies like Papa Boomstick in a liquor store.
Gotta get it
The
close to the
ones he's allowed back
chainsaw.
into anyway. If you hear a Lancer rev up near you, my only advice is hold on to your butt.
Number 7.
Shooting explosive barrels in first-person shooters can get old pretty fast. Unless you're shooting explosive barrels! And that's where the zero-point energy field manipulator comes into play. It's a gun
the
that
gravity
doesn't
gun.
shoot bullets. It blasts out a beam of fuck you to the laws of gravity, picks up and launches whatever you want it to. Debris, crates, or conveniently placed saw blades can be sucked up and spit out to split your
Gravity
enemies
gun
in
rocks.
half. When it comes to creative and entertaining kills, I'll whip out
Hey
the
Valve,
gravity
can you
gun.
make a third game?
Plus, it's great
No.
for picking up a
They
beer without
did. It
leaving
was
the couch.
exclusive to VR.
Number 6.
That's retarded.
If something is
You can get
sprinting
a
at you
mod
full
for it.
tilt, what's the first thing you think of doing? Running away or shooting a plasma line that'll chop off their legs? That's what I thought. The mining tool from the Dead Space series will cut short any
Line gun
necromorphs
is
that are
pretty
looking to
cool.
end you by shooting
I
out
don't
a
think it's
horizontal
cooler
beam
than
that
the
will chop them
chainsaw,
down to
though.
size. And don't forget to use the proximity
chainsaw
energy mine
bayonet
that's
is really
included in the
fucking
weapon,
awesome.
making the line gun the go-to in my arsenal for stopping down hordes that attack on foot.
Number 5.
If you know anything
Oh,
about philosophy,
lovely.
well,
Hey,
Big-
Gizmo.
is it gonna be the big
How do you
fucking
feel
gun?
about Ali Shankar?
big ass gals and big fucking guns.
never
Fuck
mind.
off!
It wasn't
has
Doom,
a
it was
special
Duke
place in my
Nukem.
heart, and
Fuck off.
when I first
Fuck
got my
off,
Dallas
fuck
Prince on
off.
BFG,
I will
knew
fucking
whipping out the
throw
demon
you
hordes of hell
through
would be
the
that much more
walls.
satisfying.
Bro, Adi Shankar.
Oh,
Hey, Adi Shankar. I
Right, a
hear you
top
bought
10
Oh,
the rights to
fucking
my
I hate the
TV
fact that
The
you
show.
Doom gun is the most iconic and fun to use.
I
One
know
Oh, yeah,
you've
that's
seen
Clear out a
my
room.
YouTube
that's totally a
video.
person I trust to handle Duke Nukem as a TV show.
I love how...
Number 4.
Okay, I love... Pause
What's
for a
the
second.
easiest way to tell something just got blown
Pause
the
for a
hell
second,
up?
I have to rant about
Mushroom
this.
clouds. Besides the
I love how he talks about, oh, you can't get corporate with Duke. And then he's like, I'm not gonna answer to anybody about this. I don't believe you answered to fucking anyone about any of the shit you've made so far. Either the fan-made shit or the stuff that you've done with official license. I don't think anybody from Capcom watched that fucking DMC show. If
Nope.
they did, they would have fucking Zaslaved it.
Yep.
People complained about the original DMC anime. Did you know that?
What?
Those people are dumb.
Yeah, like legit. They complained about the original anime. Now they have nothing to complain to.
I fucking love that show. That's a great show.
Yeah, when it came out, people complained. Now
I guess it's like how...
people
how
say, "Oh,
silent
it's gold. It's misunderstood." Shut the fuck up. You're the same guys. You are the same guys who said that show was a piece of crap, and now you're saying you love it. Screw you.
I mean,
Not you, like the fans.
I suppose, like, I mean, the fucking reboot is getting a whole new level of appreciation from people who looked, and it was like, perhaps I treated you too harshly. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. That was actually pretty good. I actually treat that as like a fucking like what if scenario, if anything.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
good as its own. It's good as its own thing. It's good as like an alternate tale of like, oh well, what if Dante
Yeah, like
wasn't
it's-
like a big shot? What if he was just some? What if he was just a guy down on his luck?
Yeah, it's like
you know?
some hired, down on his luck hired gun, and who happens to have some supernatural elements to him. I was like, I liked the game for the gameplay, and the story wasn't terrible. But we'll
back
talk
to that.
about that at a later date, I suppose.
Yeah.
Anyway. Let's
Oh my God.
And an eternal shadow being cast on the wall behind you, these plumes of atomic devastation will put a grin on your face until the radiation poison causes your teeth to fall out. Fallout 3's experimental MIRV spits out 8 miniature warheads that provide you with 8 explosive reasons
You've
to
lost
feel all
karma.
warm
Well,
and
I don't
fuzzy.
really care.
Inside and out. The MIRV won't fire unless you have at least 8 mini nukes, which are kind of hard to come by. So the opportunity to murder townsfolk with it is seldom. But whenever you've got the ammo handy, it'll make body parts rain from the sky to triumph an explosion of nuclear death.
Number 3.
Ragdoll physics.
Art of War.
What does Sun Tzu's Art of War teach us?
Sun Tzu's Art of War frozen video.
I know! You know, Alex, sadly I've trained myself to do Pleakley's voice.
Well, you know, it is better than the Pleakley that they had in the new movie.
That's not a challenge, Alex.
That's not a high bar, I know.
That's literally not a challenge.
Kevin,
no, I don't want to see it.
Kevin,
I don't want to see them. I don't want to.
Do you want to see them ruin Lilo and Stitch 2? Stitch has a glitch?
I would sooner claw my eyes out than see that happen.
Do you want to see them ruin the Lilo and Stitch TV show?
I would rather claw my eyes out than see that happen.
Do you want to see them ruin Hercules? Because I sure fucking don't.
Refer to my previous 2 answers, and you will get the answers. Gizmo. Gizmo, the video goes.
Of a far-off place where a hero's welcome will be waiting for me, where the crowds will cheer when they see my face, and a voice keeps saying, this is where I'm meant to be. I will find my way. I can go the distance. I'll be there someday. If I can be strong.
And Gizmo exited the call.
Has left. I think his wife I died. I would go most anywhere to find where I belong.
Inspector Gadget. And whoop whoop.
So I guess this is as good a time as any to announce that our new sponsor for this video is Factor 75. Go click on our link over on the Twitch to check out Factor 75. They have food that you can get through the mail.
Indeed.
That is probably the worst ad read that company has ever had, but you know, I'm not actually looking at the ad section for it. I was looking over at the Discord chat to see if our co-host is going to return. Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget. I don't need to message myself, I need to message Gizmo. Yeah, just go check out the link and go check out the there should be a little widget on Twitch now with our link to it in if you just click on the image, but Twitch is being a bitch and may not actually be showing it. I'm not sure. It's been a long road getting from there to here.
I'm back.
There you are.
Yeah, despite being away for almost a whole damn month, the one thing that never ceases to change. Every Friday, I always have a disconnection. All right, let me get back to this. Let me get back to this.
Yeah, all you missed was me reading out our new sponsor, Factor 75.
What do you mean?
No, we have a sponsor now. Another sponsor.
Deadass.
Yeah, Deadass. I was like, I got it through Stream Elements. Thank you, Stream Elements. By the way, I don't know if we're actually going to get anything from this, but hey, you
never know.
Well worth a shot.
Huh. Cool.
Yeah. No, I mentioned this. I think I mentioned this a little while ago. I was not joking. Stream has failed to start.
Let me just.
I'm surprised that my internet hasn't cut out. There's been a lot of storms in my area lately. I'm also surprised.
Nothing happens where I'm at. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. No hailstorm, no thunderstorm, no heavy winds, no vandals, no riots, not even a single burglar. And yet I'm always getting disconnections like this every Friday.
That is very unfortunate.
So, you know that crackling sound that I've been having trouble with in some of the videos and in some, with my microphone occasionally? More than occasionally, I guess I should say. So I've started noticing stuff like that in other people's content. Like, just random mic dropouts in other live videos. Not things that I'm playing on this computer. Like, I was listening to something on my laptop, which I don't have my Scarlett plugged into, right? I've got a different pair of headphones, a different microphone that I use with the laptop. And I was just randomly, things just started dropping out. And I checked it and it was like, no, it's in the fucking recording. I downloaded the video, extracted the audio, and there's just mic dropouts in the recording. And then I went and I was like listening to stuff on YouTube through my phone, through a third pair of headphones. Phone, completely different device. Third device, right? Random crackly dropouts. Why is this all over YouTube all of a sudden?
Not hearing it, honestly.
I'm not hearing it everywhere. I'm just hearing it some places. And I'm wondering, is it like a hardware issue with stuff that I've got? But then I was trying to... Like, there's no correlation. Or at least there shouldn't be.
Anyway, we were on the Sun Tzu...
just
number 3.
Just rewind to Sun Tzu.
Oh yeah. Wait, Sun Tzu?
Yeah, the Sun Tzu.
Quote.
Yeah, the Sun Tzu quote.
Oh right, okay. Let me just go to the beginning of the
There it is.
one. There you go. All right, let's pick up where we left off,
and hopefully, not get nuked.
Yep.
Sun Tzu's Art of War teaches you to get inside the mind of your enemy. So I got myself a cerebral bore from Turok 2. Since most of my enemies have a pesky skull covering their thoughts, it's a super handy tool for turning their noggins inside out so I can understand their tactics. Firing a round that burrows into enemies' flesh before popping their heads like a frozen turkey in a deep fryer, the cerebral bore is a futuristic weapon
that people keep trying to do that every fucking year.
It sure is easier to predict your enemy's next move when their brains are on the outside.
Jason Patton makes a video, I think it's like every year,
hey, look, it's
where he says
Rob on
don't do that.
Number 2.
Want to kill everything?
Hey!
Oh, hi, Ratchet.
The Rhino 5 or
You remember-
rip you a new one is the
remember when
perfect
Ratchet and
solution
Clank were
to
around?
any problem on the screen. It's
Remember when you could actually play all of Ratchet & Clank's games?
Torrential lead pour while playing
Yeah.
Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture, which is the this murder cake. After doing all that running around to find the hollow plans, the bullets and rockets this bad bitch unleashes make short work of even the most difficult
V
of
from V
baddies.
for Vendetta
And
would
that's
love
what
this
makes
gun.
a great future weapon.
Right.
Guaranteed to rip you a new one.
Cookies need love,
Number
like
one.
everything does.
This list has all kinds of ammo. Bullets, lasers, plasma, but the nano rifle from Red Faction Guerrilla really takes the
I'm
cake.
not a
It
big
must
fan
cost the Ultor
of the
Corporation
nano
a
rifle.
shitload of money to supply these weapons with ammunition. Why? Because it shoots nano machines that eat away whatever material they come in contact with. I mean,
Well,
really,
now-
they make stuff disappear. If I had one of these babies, I'd shoot it at bridge supports, beer bottle caps, or my ex-wife. It's one thing to be vaporized.
That's murder.
And essentially, yeah, that's what the nano rifle does. But to imagine in reality your enemies are being eaten alive by tiny little machines makes it all the more satisfying. Well, that's the end of the list.
Well, okay then.
That's
Thanks for nothing.
I always thought
Check
that
out all our other great videos by
that was
clicking the
kind of an
magical internet
underwhelming
windows.
weapon.
If you enjoyed my top 10, then please.
I guess it's overwhelming when you actually think about it.
They are. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, but it's like it's one of those things where it doesn't have that visceral cool factor to it that stuff like the chain sword or the chain gun, the fucking chainsaw bayonet from Gears does, you know? It's not as cool as like the Needler from Halo.
I guess maybe it's because, like, I think I know, like, because, okay, so a lot of these weapons are like shoot you and then you're dead, or, you know, explosions, shrapnel, that kind of thing. I think the reason this one's up all the way at the top is because, well, he said it himself, that's a weapon that eats you alive from the inside as you're conscious and witnessing it yourself.
Well, it's,
That's
it's the
fair, but-
nanomachines from Secret Agent Cody Banks.
I'd have to say this would be a bit hard news.
Who remembers that movie?
I do.
do.
Lost potential.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh, fun fact. They returned to him years later and tried to pitch to him a Cody Banks adult animated show where Cody Banks is a washed-up has-been.
Why were they trying to Last Jedi Cody Banks?
I have no idea, man.
Cody Banks doesn't need to be written as like a washed-up has-been. He is one. He fucking sucks.
Yeah, he sucks at his job, but
he's a terrible secret agent.
Say
Sucks
that.
at his job, but he's,
No, I wouldn't say he sucks. It's just that, dude, you're training a kid.
Well, yeah, but I mean, come on, Alex.
You're training
Rider.
a dude. You're training a kid. No, that's no excuse. Alex Rider's much older.
That's fair. That's fair. Alex Rider
Yeah,
isn't.
he's older, man. He's in high school. Like, Cody
Alex
Banks.
Rider isn't a fucking middle schooler.
Yeah, Cody Banks was in middle school, both
But,
movies, man.
What about Artemis Fowl?
Artemis Fowl is something else entirely. That's not like secret agent stuff. That might as well just be freaking Harry Potter shit.
I only like the first Artemis Fowl book.
Yeah, that's totally different from Cody Banks. That's not comparing apples to orange.
I know. I'm just saying it's like in terms of people who do secret agent shit, I guess Artemis only technically does secret agent shit. It's more Holly who does this. Holly's the secret agent.
I kind of liked Cody Banks because it added to the fact that the agent, the spy stuff was still in its not infancy. It was still popular. Kids Next Door, that kind of thing.
Here's the thing. I read the books that they made based on the Cody Banks movies, and they were based on earlier.
We got to pick a spot for this.
Yeah, I know. Hang on a second. So they were based on on earlier versions of the scripts, and they were way more violent. Like, the second one ends with Cody shooting the main villain with a rocket launcher. He fucking explodes. He's dead.
Ah, man, the death he had in the movie was more fucking metal.
No, that was the second one, dude.
No.
Yeah, the second. The villain in the second one just got arrested.
No, the first movie like that had a more gruesome death.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I'm just like, I'm talking about like in terms of the overall like graphic content of the books. There was like way more like action in the books, and then like the second one ended, like I said, with Cody shooting the villain of the film with a rocket launcher and blowing up his helicopter with him inside.
You know what they could have done? They could have crossed over Spy Kids with Agent Cody Banks.
That would have been a better movie than Spy Kids 3.
3D was fine.
3D was
it was
one
fine.
of the first films I remember being immense wasted potential when I was a kid. Like okay, let's just put this somewhere. I think this has to be hard news, because
low hard news.
Yeah, low hard news, because this is like, it's an okay list. It's not good. It's not terrible. It's barely okay. It's borderline, like, there's not enough. Fuck, put the goddamn Gunblade on here before you put some of this shit on here. You know?
they hate the Gunblade.
The Gunblade is cooler than the fucking nanobot gun.
It's a sword with a revolver with bullets that vibrate the blade.
Yes.
They don't get it, dude. Dude, they refuse to put it in the armory. They made an armory episode. They made an armory episode just mocking it.
Why not? This was exclusively gaming stuff, right?
Yeah.
I would have put the glue-on gun from Half-Life 1 in here.
Really?
Yeah. Like I would have put the chainsaw bayonet in at like number 2. I would have probably put the gravity gun at number 1, because it's fucking amazing. And the portal gun not being on here. Technically, the portal gun's not a weapon of destruction, so I guess it doesn't count. What about the bow from Crysis 3? Actually, was Crysis 3 out yet?
No.
Okay, never. Yeah, so never mind then. I was gonna say, what about the bow from Crysis 3? That was a really cool weapon.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it is
just a bow and arrow. Yeah.
Anything Robotnik made?
Yeah. Any of the Death Egg stuff would have been good. Yeah, I'd say at the very bottom of hard news, because it's a passable list, but it's really quick and it doesn't have a sane order, and some of the entries are a little bit Actually, hang on. Gizmo, nominate a weapon that you think should have been on here.
A futuristic weapon?
Yeah, something from games, or just something futuristic in general.
Top of my head, very niche weapon. The bomb planter from Silent Bomber. Maybe the ectopacks from Ghostbusters.
Those are both good. Kevin, 2 from you.
I'm not exactly types. I'm gonna have to pass on that.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say Megatron's ion cannon, like the big cannon that he has. Yeah, that
lets him transform into a gun.
Yeah, the scope that he keeps on his arm. Yeah, that's
the fact that it's a scope that doubles as a gun. That's kind of
that's
kind of counterintuitive.
Hello, Optimus. I'm here with a big fucking gun on my shoulder and one on my arm, and then I transform into a gun, and then I can use my sight to shoot you again. I come with double the gun for twice the price.
I'm so dangerous that they had to put an orange tip at the end of my weapon so people don't think it's a real gun during purchase.
Sometimes that's tad.
Deadass, the original Megatron gun transformer is a banned discontinued toy.
Of course it is.
I know. Oh, dude, the beam saber from Gundam.
You mean a lightsaber?
No, beam saber, completely different.
The beam saber. It's a mecha-sized lightsaber, and it's from the future, which means it counts.
They said futuristic, though.
Yeah, it's top 10 futuristic weapons.
Yeah.
And you could go, like, I have an RX-78 on my shelf up here. It's a model kit that I built. Yeah, it's an RX-78 too. You could have the big fuck-off cannon that it has. You could have the beam saber. Or you could have put the fucking shield on there. Like, the shield's awesome, too. You could have put the whole goddamn Gundam on there. It's technically a weapon.
I think the reason why they didn't do stuff like that is, like, you know, why bother have a weapon that you can't hold in your own hands?
If we're talking mechs...
True. Oh, Burning Gundam, yeah. I'm not... And you gotta... People in the comments already saying Alex is a fake Gundam fan. I'm not a Gundam fan. I build models. I buy model kits, and then I build them. Because I like building things.
A Golden Gundam guy, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I have Lego sets from things that I've never... Like, I've never played Overwatch. I'm familiar with the pornography.
I totally do, Tracer.
Well, obviously. But I have a couple of Overwatch Lego sets.
Guys.
Because I thought they were
we gotta get a move on this list, so we're top of 20 PlayStation 1 games.
I am going to I am a connoisseur of this console. I'm going to be paying very close attention, Craig.
And Nick, but mostly Nick.
And Nick, but mostly Nick. Yeah. I was given a PlayStation 1 by my grandmother way back in the day. And I got a couple of games for it from her. But the main thing, because for some reason they just didn't show up at the thrift store a lot, and didn't have a whole lot of money back in the day, so I used the CDR burner on my old Windows XP machine, and a consistent supply of CDRs that I was able to get from either Office Depot or the Dollar Tree to burn off ISOs that I found on the internet. Nowadays, I have all the games that I yar har hard for real. But that was really cool because I couldn't do that on the N64. I had to go on eBay.
I'm still trying to grow my PlayStation 1 collection. It wasn't until recently that I got a copy of the original Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Ooh, love those games.
Yeah, and damn, man. I regret leaving this at the other house. I had a copy of the original Gran Turismo.
Ooh.
Only problem, it was shut together with super glue.
Oh, god damn.
Yeah, I was a stupid fucking kid. I thought I broke it.
Well, let's
anyway,
give it a shot.
Let's do this.
The PlayStation 1, this beast,
that's the one that I had.
Amazing. There's so many
have
good
the
games there.
PS1
Doing just the top 10 wouldn't do it.
though.
Top 20.
I prefer that model over the PS1 model.
I prefer the PS1 mostly because it had a more reliable disc drive. I remember in MGS and Resident Evil, it would just freeze on the cutscenes.
Okay, so a thing about that model, there's two versions of that model where the CD reader was in two different places.
There's like
the laser was on the bottom.
Yeah.
No, specifically the one for the laser that reads the games. There's ones that had the laser on the bottom and ones had the laser on the top. For the lasers that were on the bottom,
I remember one of them was made out of plastic, right? Like the rails were made out of plastic, so it didn't move.
Yeah, Yeah, and the problem with the laser though was that the laser warped. So that's why some people were having problems with their PlayStation 1 games playing. So to remedy that, they had to play their games with the console upside
down. Yeah. My dad's old Dreamcast was like that back in the day.
I feel like I have to do that if I want to get to read my games right now. Or just try and look for a way to fucking fix it. Anyway.
Childhood that you love, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. If there's not, you can either just wait till the top 10 or...
Oh, that TV brings back memories.
Yeah.
Probably did. Sorry about that.
Why do you have a Ninja Blender up there?
Watching this episode. Thanks, guys.
That's an
Without them, we couldn't make
odd
incredible
thing
top
to
10s
have.
like this and fun stuff for you guys. So make sure you go to lootcrate.com.
This video is sponsored by Loot
$3
Crate.
off your Loot Crate.
Did they use that blender in SGC when Life and Level were still a thing?
All the good stuff.
Possibly.
Anyways, really great. Lootcrate.com/Screwattack. But as
Those
for now,
mini
hey, I'm
useless
For Screwattack's
arcade
top
machines
20
from before they
PlayStation
had
1
mini
games,
arcades that
numbers
were
20
actually
through
good.
11.
I have a
couple
couple of
display.
I have a couple of mini desktop arcades. I have a Street Fighter and I have an I don't remember what the other one
But
is.
we totally respect what it did for the 3D fighting genre. Ironing out any issues.
My brother has that. He still has he still has the physical copy.
That cheap ass Eddie Gordo. Now here's a fighting game character that.
Oh my god.
I remember I set up a copy.
Oh my god.
Hit kicks.
You can
turn your legs into
close your eyes, don't even look, and just mash the buttons, and you can do all that shit with Eddie Gordo.
I love Tekken 3.
Yeah. Everybody else.
Seeing how pretty much
was,
nobody watched our top 10 extreme sports games list.
Extreme.
We watched it.
Spoilers, you. Number 1 was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, and it is
Better be
definitely
honest.
one of the top 20 games on the PlayStation 1. It had some of the best level design in the genre.
I would
tight
not have
control,
put
the ability
it
to
this
manual
low.
to create a skater, the awesome soundtrack. All these things made this the best sit your ass on the couch with your buddy and thrash games out there. Yeah, there's really just not a whole lot more to say. Just go watch the top 10 extreme sports games.
Why isn't this in the top 10, guys?
Alex.
The sequel to the colorful 2D classic Rayman, Rayman 2 flipped to
Starbucks!
3D.
Ah,
Held a place in
Rayman.
our hearts for the same reason the contemporary Donkey Kong Country games did.
Rayman, you used to be.
The fact that every
You used to be so good, and then
single
Adi
level
Shankar
has a
ruined you
new
like he
different
ruins
mechanic that you
everything
use to get
else.
past it. Sure, the standard platforming.
At least it was kind of funny seeing him.
Water skiing.
It was at least kind of funny seeing him sniff coke off of a hooker's like midriff.
The inside of a
That-
monster's mouth.
See, that was
crazy.
a
That is
little
some
bit
next level
funny.
shit right there. And the game got an update on the
I can't
PlayStation
wait for
2,
him to
which
make
is
Duke
totally
Nukem a
worth checking out.
feminist or something.
So,
Say that the
go
aliens
do
had a
it.
point.
Tomb Raider 2.
Lara Croft.
2, huh?
With her
Shit.
amazing
That
assets.
is also why we loved you. Taking the formula from the first game and transporting us to more diverse locations.
Not-
Laura Croft, now
not
with a new
3.
swinging ponytail.
Actually, hang on.
Traveled to the Great Wall of China,
And 2,
a sunken
yes,
ship,
why-
and the mountainous caverns of
If 3
Tibet.
isn't above
nice touch was
this-
that Laura's outfits changed with the location she was in. That may not sound like a whole lot, but when you're in a frozen cavern, you'll need a pilot's jacket to go along with those Daisy Dukes. Am I right? I mean,
Girl
you gotta
damn.
protect the goods, right?
Don't you think you've seen enough?
Ow.
By the
Seen
way,
screenshots of
available
Yeah.
for free on Prime
blew me
Gaming right now.
away. I couldn't believe the visuals like that were ever going to be possible. Now, in hindsight, I guess I really wasn't much of a dreamer, but that didn't stop me from having a blast. When I played through Oddworld Age, running and jumping and communicating with the other Modokans to solve the game's cryptic puzzles to push my young, fragile little mind to its limits. Amazing. And now
Follow
going
me.
back to the
Okay.
new HD polished version, new and tasty. It's pretty evident to see why the game's quality lives on to this day. Alright, let's talk about a game that was way ahead of its time.
Oh, fuck it.
Hi, Dino
2 may
Crisis.
not look like much, but it took the survival horror formula and just amped it up
And
with
the fact that-
spendable XP to allow you to upgrade your weapons. Electric guns,
Dino Crisis is like a
shotguns,
prototypical version of Code
handguns,
Veronica.
And a freaking anti-tank rifle were your tools of decimation as
frankly,
you
I'd
took
have
out
put
raptors,
this game-
T-Rexes, Loch Ness monsters, and a freaking giant.
Dude, wait.
Fuck
Hold your
this.
hands out.
What? Taking your upgrades through new games made every
I would have
playthrough
put this
feel
game
fresh.
in the
and
top
DC2
10.
was always mixing in the action with the
There's a
survival
ton of
horror,
PlayStation 1 games, so
really chase
you know.
sequences,
I
and boss
know.
battles. Love this game.
Yes!
In a generation
Four!
where we're transition from 2
What am I fighting for?
What a-
graphics.
That
Mega
was
Man,
the
what am
Mega
I
Man I
fighting
grew up
X for?
with.
We're sticking 2D, baby.
That was the Mega Man I grew up with.
You use new hardware while sticking to
Oh, that music.
I mean, it is Mega Man after all. But the new tech pushed out huge.
Oh, fuck that walrus.
Nice touches on each level. I mean, anyone remember
Cross
that
Walrus is
gigantic
easy,
style
man.
staircase in Slash Beetle's Train?
Large fat bastard.
It's like a good version of Battletoads.
Vagrant Story was the game that proved Square could do so much with Final Fantasy in the RPG realm. But before you start
Someone's still mad about that.
Someone's still salty about those toads.
A Final Fantasy game. The story takes place.
I presume Alex would be on the side of the Dark Queen.
He never really fully unveiled himself.
I'd rather be inside the Dark Queen, but yes.
We both would.
Let's just take a moment to admire.
So let me get. While I have to go through all of the hard levels, you two are doing a three-way with the Dark Queen.
Gizmo and I are spit roasting the Dark Queen, and you bust into it at the end, and it's like, hey, where the fuck have you two been?
I want to see something fucked
Ooh,
up.
yes.
No.
That's what my buddy said to me when he brought over Silent Hill for the first time.
Why not top 10?
I watched him play it. I didn't even have the courage to try
This
because I
is
was such
top
a
They're remaking this.
Run around in the school.
Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, the guys.
I mean, hey, come on. They had kitchen knives. But let's just talk
The guys
about
who
atmosphere.
did the Silent Hill 2 remake are doing it. This is like, okay.
Always maybe just anxiously.
Actually, that's on GOG. That's on GOG.com. I should try it out because it's on
A lot of
sale.
original games are coming on GOG.com.
Well, yeah, Devil May Cry 1, 2, 3, and 4 came out on GOG.com, and even though I already own them, I bought them again.
Pretty good list so far. Don't forget, 10 through 1 next Friday here on Screwattack. So make sure you subscribe.
Wait,
and if
pause,
you're
pause,
enjoying the
pause.
list so far, make sure you like it.
Pause.
Before we move on, once again, I want to thank Luke.
Is that Movie Bob's book in the background?
Yep. Yep, that's his book.
What the fuck?
This was when
Craig, why
I think
did
this.
I have that?
I think that was when they were still supporting Movie Bob. I doubt they read it.
I guess not. Jesus Christ. Super Mario Brothers 3 brick by brick. That's a fucking hard find these days.
Dude, that's a shitty book.
It's a... Oh, yeah, no, I have a PDF copy of it. We read it on a Comics for All stream back in the day.
Yeah, Movie Bob... There was actually a time Movie Bob was good, remember? Of course you don't.
Well, I vaguely remember that his written material used to not be complete cringe, and I remember that he would occasionally make a decent-ish video every now and again, but...
It wasn't until he started doing the skits and shit that I kind of tuned out.
Well, did you watch his Halo Reach review?
Why would I?
Okay, so that was... Movie Bob had not finished Halo 1 at that point, and had not played Halo 2, 3, or ODST, and then he just dived into Reach and immediately sided with the Covenant and said, "Oh, the Covenant are the good guys here, like the
excuse me?
The UNSC are like clearly stand-in for fascism."
Oh my fucking god.
Movie Bob said that. You'd think that Movie Bob would be on the side of the fascists, considering his stances towards certain people. But
Jesus Christ. He sounds like the kind of person who'd try to hook up with Lily Pete.
No, he's the kind of person who tries to hook up with Lindsay Ellis.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Well,
let's hit the old recap.
Yeah, Todd
he's the kind of person
will let you know that's not a good idea.
He's the kind of person he sounds like the kind of person that hooks up with Keffels.
I don't think Keffels is on his radar.
I don't think I don't think he's on Keffels' radar because he's a grown man.
Ayo.
Shut the fuck up, Toaster. You know you supported the wrong person. Anyway.
Well, I mean, he might be a couple of grown men. I can't really tell based on that mask.
Save $3 off your monthly subscription. Want to thank them as always because next month August Crate's going to include epic items from Marvel and exclusive.
Yeah, I'm not a big Loot Crate guy. I never was.
Loot Crate never put in a crate before. So
I
kept
like
so.
Make sure you go do so right now.
Loot Crate shit kept showing up
I'm a subscriber. A lot of guys
at like discount
Appreciate
stores.
you guys sponsoring. Let's find
I could imagine.
Number 11.
So There's a Dollar Tree right next to the gym, right?
Solid Snake, Gabriel Logan, and partner Leon.
Ooh, Siphon Filter.
That's a good game.
I love Siphon Filter.
Sure, he had wobbly spaghetti legs and he lacked the intensity of his MGS counterparts, but Gabe Logan was just much of an action man as Snake was
Why
a
is
stealth
Siphon Filter?
His taser was insane. His taser was fucking insane.
Siphon Filter is like a better version of the Mission Impossible game that came out around the same time.
And this lady in the electronics section freaking read me the strategy
Captain Scientology
to help me get unstuck.
Captain Scientology was not in that game. They had to use, they had to create a new likeness for him.
And ultimately,
But it was based off the Captain Scientology film.
I believe it was based on Mission Impossible 2.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
Just called it Mission Impossible, but I'm not sure. Oh wait, no, Mission Impossible 2 was 2000.
Little prize for you guys.
Anyway, let's move on to the top 10.
Is guess Screwattack's 10 through 1 PlayStation 1 games in this video in the comments. Put it down below.
We're not doing that because the video is already out.
Correct. You will win a Screwattack prize pack.
Oh, if only I had that prize pack.
Alright guys, we're back for the second half of our top 20 PlayStation 1 games. If you haven't watched the original 20 through 11, go back and watch it right now by clicking on this wonderful PlayStation, the greatest console ever made, or at least one of them. It's really high up there. Maybe we could do that on listen time. Maybe. Okay, let's find out what number 10 through 1 is right now. Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig. We're Screwattack's top 20 PlayStation 1 games. 10 through 1.
Okay. Final Fantasy Tactics better be on here.
10.
Yes, I hear the music. I hear the music.
To show off why that controller was so awesome, and for that,
Ape Escape.
Using the left stick to move and the right stick to use your gadgets.
Returning soon on this channel.
Awakened, like the lights turned on. Now, may not seem like a big deal, but rotating the right
this is a great
stick to
game.
use your helicopter blades or slashing to use your stun lightsaber thing, that was a huge deal. Not to mention with the whole Pokemon gotta catch them all gameplay thing and the really diverse level design.
That's a weird way to describe this gameplay, but sure.
If you don't have the DualShock,
this has nothing to do with Pokemon.
Move the camera around.
Number 9.
Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver was one of the gloomiest games ever. Starting the game by getting your brand new wings ripped out by his brethren, Raziel is exiled and begins his path on revenge to kill his vampiric brothers. Soul Reaver was also cryptic as hell. I wandered around aimlessly because you gotta remember, we didn't have YouTube back in the day. And when I found a new location, I'd think, hey, this looks cool.
I have a PC copy of this game.
If you didn't have the tools to progress, you just went somewhere else. And the best part about Soul Reaver was how each vampire HQ you went to was themed in some way. And the boss for each one matched that theme. Kind of like the water vampire was the water temple, and damn, looking back on it now, Soul Reaver was kind of like rated R Zelda.
Number 8.
The Twisted
which one?
Twisted Metal.
Two.
And Twisted Metal 2.
There you go.
PlayStation games that made me think, man, this is some messed up shit. The
it's
cast
like
characters alone.
It's like if Vigilante 8 was good.
Again, we went with the first sequel because of the level design and the really
Where's Mr. Slam?
Fucked up sense of humor.
I am Calypso,
Mr. Welcome to the jam.
Thank you for playing Twisted Metal.
Number 7.
Which one?
Hey, Spyro!
That better be You're the Dragon.
Oh,
screw you.
Dangerously close to making a game that could actually rival a Mario game. Yeah, it was damn good. Yes, Spyro 2 and 3 had more moves and extra.
Hey, remember when Insomniac used to actually make good decisions?
Just
back before they
does anyone remember that Stuart Copeland video from
like
the
what
free
was that,
PlayStation Underground disc that went in
80%
depth on how he made the soundtrack?
They pay me for
Venom out of Spider-Man 2?
Our references don't get much deeper.
8% of 19 inches of Venom.
You're freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Number 6.
I'll be back.
Friends, you may not have heard about this one, but due to its limited print run, this Japanese RPG by Konami is one of the rarest PlayStation 1 games out there. Luckily, you can pick it up on PSN right now for just $9.99.
Yeah, this is
eBay.
Yeah, Suikoden 2.
Anyways,
yeah,
with
this is a good one.
Storytelling full of twisted betrayal, a huge cast full of believable characters, and very tight
I'm getting worried,
modes, Suikoden 2
but
is
this
a
is some good.
for any fan of classic
Suikoden
RPGs.
2 is great.
Oh, and did I mention?
Isn't that a big deal?
Vampire Castle.
Yeah,
that you can populate
Suikoden
with
2.
your allies, deck out, and have Iron Chef battles in. Sold.
Number 5.
Come on.
All right, real talk here.
We just broke our
Smash
one
Brandy's
franchise
cooch.
rule. It's hard to choose between the traditional Crash game
Cash
and
Manuka?
Crash Team Racing.
What?
But ultimately, after a
Why
night
is the
fight between
doctor
our
trying to
interns
give
Jocelyn
Crash a
and Peanuts,
blowjob?
we chose Crash 2. Now here's the thing. Crash Bandicoot had something that
Why
Mario
not
didn't,
3?
and Sonic had
Three's
lost.
better.
And by that, we're talking about attitude. I mean, in its marketing
I
campaign,
would
Sony's
not
adopted
have
mascot
put-
went to Nintendo's headquarters and called them out for being pussies.
Dude, people were begging for the mascot to be in the Crash Team Racing remake.
Bandicoot levels. Crash 2's levels had
Listen,
names
I'm
like
not bagging on
Sewer
Crash
Later.
here. But better than
Unbearable,
Tony
that had you
Hawk?
running away from a giant polar bear while riding a baby
Hey,
bear.
remember back when Naughty Dog used to actually make good games?
I remember that
The internet wasn't
was
what it is today,
not
alright?
too long ago.
Number 4.
Castlevania.
Ooh, Symphony of the Night.
Arguably the definitive title of all the Castlevania
All right.
I'm a little less worried, but I'm
Oh,
still
miserable
worried.
little pile of secrets. But enough talk.
One
Have
of the
at
greatest
you.
games ever
It is some
made.
of the best damn sprite
Where's the
design
Die
in
Monster?
gaming, period. And you cannot talk about Symphony
Where's
of
the
Night
Die
without talking about the
Monster?
music.
We did they?
And I know when flip shit, sorry for the pun, when the castle actually flipped over. I mean, how cool is that?
Ah, it's the same thing, but upside down.
This game.
Number 3.
Yeah, there you go.
Has there been a
No.
lot
Yes.
number two?
Yes,
Resident
bitch.
Evil 2.
Unlike movies, games
Yes, sorry,
are
too.
better than their
Resident Evil
originals for
2
the
is
reasons
great,
like
but Resident Evil 3 is
2
better.
In this spot. We're talking expanding the universe, more weapons, and a giant alligator in the sewer that you kill the same way that police chief Brody killed Jaws. Fun fact,
Smile, son of a
I
bitch.
dropped the game when I first opened the
Look,
game disc, and
this is one of
somehow
my favorite
damaged it
games.
so badly that Leon's campaign would never get past the first cutscene.
But
Wasn't
Resident
until
Evil
years later
3
that I
is one of
finally got a
my
chance to go through
all-time
it.
favorite
And you know what?
games.
It still holds up today.
Yeah, it
Number
does,
2.
but Resident Evil 3 is better.
Final
and holds up
Fantasy
even
7.
better.
Of course.
Not better than Resident Evil 2.
Or Final Fantasy 8 or 9.
Better, it depends on what you're looking for in 8, I guess. I would have put Final Fantasy 9
Duh,
before I put
of course.
7.
It's Final Fantasy 7. And any of you assholes
Fuck it,
who
I
are
would've
like,
put- you know, I would've put
Final
Chrono
Fantasy
Cross.
7 didn't live up to the hype. Shut the
One
hell
of these
up.
days,
Okay.
Gizmo, I am going to be doing all the
Back
Final
in
Fantasy games,
1997.
and 8
Just like
is
you're gonna
definitely
suck
on
it
my...
when
Like,
it
knock,
comes out.
knock this
on my
down
radar.
a few, knock this down a
No,
few
it's
pegs.
not.
Now
Number
you're solid.
1.
Yeah!
Okay.
Yeah, bitch!
There is no
Yeah,
game in the
motherfucker!
PS1 library like Metal Gear Solid.
I can
One of
see
the
Alex
titles
is
that
certainly
showcase how
turned
simple
around.
video games can
Taste
be.
my
MGS had you
solid
knocking on
snake.
walls to lure enemies,
There's no
hiding
problem with the
behind
rapper.
box, taking out high-end helicopters
Fuck,
and
you're
solving
right.
environmental puzzles. We're talking using the
Never
back-
forget.
Parappa shouldn't be number 1,
switching the
but yeah.
controller port to 2 to beat Psycho
Never
Mantis,
forget,
getting
Gizmo,
tortured and actually
that
really
I
struggling
somehow
to mash the
managed to
buttons
win
hard
this
enough to
game,
survive,
win this
barely
race
shot to
against
shit
you
by
two.
Sniper Wolf, fighting Metal Gear
It-
Rex, taking off your shirt to fight
with
Liquid
just
in hand-to-hand
this,
combat on
with
top
just
of
literal skin of
Yes!
my teeth.
With plot twists that left us feeling betrayed.
Yeah, I would have done better if it
Yes.
was Twin Snakes.
Just as interesting as
Probably.
himself.
Yeah, in hindsight.
I would have done better if I wasn't deliberately fucking around in places.
Our little gray boxes. For our money, it is without a
I
doubt
wanted to see,
the
because
greatest
you can
PlayStation 1
beat
game
Liquid
of all
with
time.
the sniper rifle if you're
That's
careful.
gonna do
I
it
was
this
not
time for the
careful.
top 20 PlayStation 1 games. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the
Oh, there you go. Honorable mentions.
Continue the conversation by hitting me up on Twitter at @StutteringCraig. But hold on, we realized
gotta believe!
that a lot of you guys are like, "Ah!"
You didn't believe
My
hard
favorite
enough,
games on the list.
bitch.
We realized that. Look, being in the top 20 or top 100 PlayStation games is like amazing. It's just
Okay,
still an all-time classic.
let's
So, to
give our
appease all the
rating for
pitchforks and
this.
crazy guys who are just like, you suck, Screwattack. We have made an honorable mention, so you can yell at us for all the games that are not on this list. So
Is there an honorable mentions video that we can watch?
Yeah, maybe. I can't. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of Screwattack vids I can't find though.
All right. Well,
anyway,
I guess we'll reconvene. Hard news.
Really?
Really?
Yes.
Even though you turned all the way around for Metal Gear Solid.
MGS at number 1 gives them a lot of points. Putting Tony Hawk as low as they did, below Spyro and Crash, putting
You two talk amongst yourselves about the games that should have been on there. I'm gonna go get some. I'm gonna get something to eat.
No Final Fantasy Tactics. If you're limiting yourself to one game per series, Final Fantasy Tactics has to be the one that you put on there. No Chrono Cross. People bag on Chrono Cross. I love that game. No, no Resident Evil 3. Again, if we're gonna put one Resident Evil game on this list, I'm putting Resident Evil 3. That's my, like, that's the one with all the cool, with all the cool set pieces, all the cool controls. Like, it's 2D, sorry, it's fixed camera Resident Evil at its peak. Excuse me, fixed camera Resident Evil. They only made it better graphically after that. Like Resident Evil, excuse me, goddamn. But the things in Resident Evil, the things in Resident Evil 3 that were standardized it was the future of the franchise. Like the turn button, the way the game was set up, like the big set pieces and everything, and like fully embracing the action moviness of it all. Like Resident Evil 3 is almost a prototype run for Resident Evil 4 before Resident Evil 4 even existed. And like, I like Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 is amazing, but it's not Resident Evil 3. Symphony of the Night, good. I would have put that above Final Fantasy VII, personally. Like Gizmo said, no Parappa the Rapper. They put Crash 2 on the list instead of Crash 3. No Spider-Man. No Neversoft Spider-Man. Kevin, what do you think about that? Because I think that's kind of a notorious omission, so to speak. Hello? Kevin? Oh god, I'm by myself. Help me. Now I'm just looking around. If you're not gonna put any ports on the list, that's fair. You know, no Chrono Trigger, no Final Fantasy V, no Final Fantasy IV, no Final Fantasy VI. Kevin?
I don't really have much input on this. PlayStation 1 wasn't really my personal console.
Yeah. Okay.
Back in the day.
That's fair, but you gotta say Neversoft Spider-Man should have been on there, right?
I haven't really beaten that game, even to have a professional opinion on that.
That's fair. Trying to think here. Notable exclusions, probably Alien Trilogy. Alien Trilogy is a pretty good game, and it like standardized first-person shooter controls. World Is Not Enough. World Is Not Enough was a pretty good game on PlayStation.
And then there was that time where against Capcom characters. Oh wait.
Yeah, that one, Marvel vs. Capcom 1 is gimped to fuck on PS1.
Yeah, well, all my neighbors owned it.
No, yeah, I'm not bagging on anybody for playing that version. It's like, it's the one you have, it's the one you have. It's like, you know, I had the Wii U version of certain games before I had the Xbox or PlayStation version of them, and, you know, that was how I played them. It was like, that was how I played Watch Dogs before I had the PS4 version. That was how I played, Arkham Origins before I got it on PC. GOG.com, obviously. Trying to think here, because there's King of Fighters 98. No King of Fighters 98. I'm biased.
I'm back.
I have to admit. Kevin didn't really have anything to say. I was throwing out in the Neversoft Spider-Man, King of Fighters 98.
I think the thing is, a lot of them are like multi-ports, though.
Well, yeah.
Tony Hawk 2. Tony Hawk didn't really become a multi-port game until it hit Tony Hawk 3.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just going with exclusives, or at least launch exclusives, I suppose, but, yeah, because Neversoft Spider-Man was cross-launch, and And then Resident Evil 2 didn't go to N64 for quite a while.
Yeah, it didn't go to other systems for a bit.
Yeah, and then the James Bond games, Tomorrow Never Dies and World Is Not Enough were pretty good, but, you know, they were multi-plat. Well, Tomorrow Never Dies wasn't, but a lot of people didn't play that one. I say that if you're going to include any Final Fantasy, just one Final Fantasy game, you gotta put Tactics on there. But again, I'm biased.
Yeah, people say that Tactics is better than 7. If anything, they should have at least acknowledged it as one of the top 20 games.
Yeah, rearrange, maybe cut off one of the ones that was in number 20. Symphony of the Night, I would have put that at number 2. Because it's like MGS, where there's things that go on in there that it just makes it fresh every time you play it. So
that being said,
yeah, go ahead.
That being said, though, where would you rank the 20 list?
Like I said, hard news. I don't. It gains a lot of points from me, but it loses a lot of points from me. Gains a lot of points for MGS and like the top couple of games, but it also loses points from me for the funky nature of the order and, you know, notable omissions like you said, Parappa the Rapper, and like, you know, Resident Evil 3, Final Fantasy Tactics, no Final Fantasy 9, which is the one that I liked a lot back in the day.
I like Final Fantasy 8. The fact that they tried to make everything like very ultra serious.
Well, 8, the fact that 8 was such a graphical leap forward was amazing.
And then we also have the fact that your partners will follow literally everything that you do. So if you spin around in a circle, they too will spin around in a circle.
Me right round, baby, right round.
I just hope that whenever they get the chance to remake 8 or 9, they don't go the route they did with 7 and make it episodic.
Yes, please. Let's not go that route.
I don't like
also,
that shit.
Also, can we keep Duggar Hall to Squall, please?
Can we do one? Can we make a game that takes a reasonable amount of time to come out, and not 3 games based on one that take like a million fucking years between announcement and
generations?
I want Vic Mignogna to play either Laguna or Irvine.
That'd be a good choice.
Yeah, I'd peg him more as Zell.
No, he's not. He wouldn't be a really good Zell. I don't really picture him as Zell. I don't know.
Heard him as Junpei?
I don't really see him as a Zell guy.
Who's the man?
Who the man? You the man.
That's what Junpei says every time he gets a kill shot.
Gizmo, where would you put it?
Granted, there's a lot of games I want on there, but you've seen the games I've played. I buy a lot of the niche stuff before I get the popular stuff.
Oh, what about Soul Blade?
Soul Blade is good, but I wouldn't say it's top 20 material. More like a top 50. Because people have said that Soul Calibur on
5.
People have said that Mortal Kombat. People have said that Soul Calibur on Dreamcast put Soul Calibur on the map. Soul Blade just so happens to be the first Soul Calibur game. That's it. But like I said, my tastes are more niche because I get the more niche stuff before the popular stuff. Because like when I got a GameCube, everyone else either had Super Smash Brothers Melee, Super Mario Sunshine, that kind of thing.
My neighbors had Melee in the GameCube before I got one.
Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. What I get first? I got Dragon Ball Z Budokai, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and fucking Spider-Man from Activision.
Chamber of Secrets, great game, by the way.
First 3 games I ended up getting on GameCube were Luigi's Mansion, Star Wars Rogue Squadron, I want to say.
It's the same thing with It's the same thing with every other console. I got the I finally get the Xbox. What game do I decide to get first? It's not Halo. It's not Halo 2.
Blue Dragon.
Not even Blue Dragon. Blue Dragon's a 360 game. No, I'm talking original Xbox.
Right.
Yeah, I'm talking original Xbox. Yeah.
Well, anyway,
Halo 2 was the first Xbox game I played, but it wasn't the first Xbox game I owned.
So we're gonna stick the top 20 in like high hard news, I presume.
Yeah, I guess like mid high hard news.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd go more mid than high, but sure.
Right here.
Yeah, I can't object to that too much.
All right, so next on our list is
top 10 dinosaurs.
Warg. I am a
dinosaur.
dinosaur. We need to at least get to top 10 best Gen 1 Pokemon this week.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
I want to see what they picked for top 10 best Gen 1 on Pokemon.
What is cooler than dinosaurs?
A lot of things.
Because the answer is nothing. Nothing is cooler than dinosaurs. So naming the 10 coolest killers of the ancient world throughout all of gaming, not an easy thing to do. But hey,
why is Luke Skywalker's lightsaber
I'd like to
red?
give a special shout out to Luke.
Oh, that was a comic book thing back in the 70s. It was weird.
I know that. They had a limited color palette to work with, but
and shirts and other kinds of cool
like his lightsaber was blue at the time, and they always depicted it as either red or
on a monthly
pink.
subscription. By the villains too.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know why.
So make sure you subscribe by August 19th to make
And I remember they tried to fix it.
Make sure you go and support Luke Crate for supporting us. But in the meantime,
future reprintings, and they made it fucking purple.
Top 10 dinosaurs in gaming.
Fucking Extreme Dinosaurs. I love that.
I believe I own Extreme Dinosaurs
Once upon a time,
on Blu-ray.
in the ancient year,
Lucky.
1986. A young woman accidentally
She's actually hot.
in some
I was gonna
radioactive
say,
waste
yeah,
and
it's
emerged
like we're
a
talking hot nerd here, aren't we?
skyscraper-sized
Yeah.
man-eating dinosaur. Well, I mean, Lizzie from Rampage is at least described as a dinosaur in the official game description.
Mutant
Wherever
dinosaur,
Lizzie
I suppose.
goes, she leaves a trail of death in her wake, leveling cities, destroying the
And then it would
military,
be made into
and
a
even
movie with
traveling
The
to the
Rock.
past and future to bring fear
It was fine, but it was only a Rampage in name.
or when
Damn!
live.
Number 9.
So
You
many
could lose
games
your
seem
dog
to
in
feature
those tits.
prehistoric themed levels, and Banjo-Tooie kept the tradition going. But the real show stealer
What? My brain was still thinking about the tits.
Pterodactyl. No,
Yeah.
we're not scientists or anything.
Pteranodon.
Pretty sure real pterodactyls couldn't hawk sentient loogies roughly the size of bears, but yet Terry can. Your best hope at taking down this enormous boss is by launching barrages of grenades at it. That is a hardcore flying dino right there.
It's a reptile.
If I'm about to duel a
King
dinosaur, I
Dodongo
want to
is
do
not
it
a
just
dinosaur.
about anywhere else in the
It's a
world
lizard.
than inside of a tiny
Although,
cave with a pool of
he is
lava in
described
the
as
center.
such in the game.
This is just one of the reasons why fighting the infernal dinosaur.
I can't wait to bomb some Dodongos.
The other reasons
An actual quote from the CDI games, not
fire and lets
Bomb-
out mighty
bombing
roars.
some
Not a-
Dodongos.
Its only weakness,
Bombing some
it can't
Dodongos is
digest
code for
explosives.
Link fucking Queen
Number
Dodongo.
7.
What?
But you know, not all dinosaurs have to be completely vicious.
He's gonna go plant
Even
some
raptors can be
bombs, if
adorable.
you know what I mean.
Fangy in Conker's Bad Fur Day made us go, aww, and then, ah,
Damn.
and then, aw, some more. This green baby murder lizard was most memorable for
found his
literally
secret.
biting the butt off an enormous caveman,
Ugh.
and then being sacrificed to solve a puzzle later on. We'll miss you, Fangy.
Oh, you heartless
6.
bastard, Conker.
You know, the
Which
hi,
fossil
Pokemon.
Pokemon?
really get a lot of glory.
Sadly, since this was before Gen 6 came out, we don't have Tyrantrum.
Aerodactyl may not be strictly based on any dinosaur from our world, but it's the result of scientists resurrecting ancient
Aerodactyl's alright.
Pokemon world. This thing is just awesome. It can bite you with fire, ice, and electric enhancements, cause avalanches with rock slide.
So-
this one's important.
Alex.
With
Yeah?
the almighty Hyper Beam. The
So
one
you know what's
is
still
full of
what's
cool
now
ancient
my
creatures,
favorite
but
fossil
Aerodactyl was
Pokemon?
one I always
What?
made sure was on my team.
I was saying earlier, Tyrantrum.
There's really no need to try to make dinosaurs.
I'm gonna post a image.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of guitar that is.
Thinking not in
back.
like Ultratech or anybody with a decent sense of.
Hey, look in live stream commentary text chat. Hi, Riptor.
From Killer Instinct one-upped Jurassic Park and created a cybernetic raptor with fire breath, plasma claws, and a tail that extends with its separate.
Yeah, when you consider how.
I'm gonna go back and see what kind of guitar that is.
Riptor from Killer Instinct is brutal, ferocious, and on top of it all, really fun to play.
Number 4.
What if the T-Rex was also a helicopter with rockets? I mean, on concept alone, Chopper from the Skylanders was a shoo-in for the top 10.
Chopper's
As the runt
lame.
of his litter, or whatever you call a group of baby dinosaurs, this little guy.
Alex, take a look at live stream commentary text chat.
I already did. I saw.
And
tell me that doesn't look like a badass.
That's cool. Yeah, way better than Chopper here.
Supply with him.
Chopper sucks and Skylanders is lame.
Everybody agrees that the T-Rex
Kiss
is
my ass.
one of the coolest dinosaurs that ever lived.
I don't
well, to
really
properly
care.
introduce you to our number 3 spot on this list, imagine the Fonz with a cybernetic red eye like the Terminator, and with the ability to breathe fire. Well, that's pretty much Thunder from. Technically speaking, Thunder is a biosaur, aka a robo-enhanced dinosaur.
These days
other than the fact
Number 2.
No, I couldn't figure that out in time.
Asshole. You asshole.
I mean, he's not only incredibly
You asshole.
He can fly.
You asshole.
No, he can only fly because you can fly.
And
I wanna ride a fucking Yoshi. I wanna ride a fucking Yoshi. I wanna ride a fucking Yoshi. I wanna ride a fucking Yoshi.
Imagine the confusion.
There is a song in Final Fantasy 13.
I don't care. I wanna ride a fucking Yoshi.
That actually would fit exactly what you're looking for in a song about riding a Yoshi.
I want a motherfucking goddamn Yoshi. I want
it's sung by Shooty HG.
I don't care.
Of Warcraft.
The Devil May
I wanna
Cry
ride a
3
fucking Yoshi.
vocalist for Our Devils Never Cry.
So powerful, it took half the.
I wanna ride a fucking Yoshi. I wanna ride a fucking Yoshi.
Imagine
of Undasta.
Oh hey,
this Devil Sword entered the game in Mists of Pandaria and made the Devil Swords of Ungoro Crater look like house pets. Titanically huge, outfitted with full armor and a moveset that one-shots dang near anything around him.
What about the one with the Triceratops
broken at release
thing and
Besides his raw power, he's so
Styracosaur
alpha
tail?
that he can't be taunted.
What about Tankceratops?
Yeah, the Tankceratops thing down there.
Had to drop his health.
That's way cooler.
I am an action figure.
They even moved the graveyard directly inside his area just so players could consistently throw their lives away in hopes of conquering the scourge of the Isle of Giants.
Load it up and throw it all away.
That was too much WoW speak for you. Allow me to translate. It's a giant armored T-Rex whose very roar can kill you! What more do you need to know? Hey, thank you so much for watching Top 10 Dinosaurs. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe.
Nick.
You know how all that stuff goes by now, I know.
Nick.
Hey, it means a lot to us. All your support.
We're going to need to have a talk. Let's put it in Nick Broke It, because that is just...
Yeah, I was gonna say...
all right.
I was about to say is like, yeah, screw the monkey. I'm not gonna disagree with you. I'm not gonna fight you on that one. But yeah, no. Top of Nick Broke It, because that list falls apart towards the end.
It's a giant ass dinosaur fighting World of Warcraft. Come on.
I don't like World of Warcraft anymore.
Yeah, that was when it was good though. I don't know, man.
I mean,
all right, Nick Broke It. I'll only play World of Warcraft if someone keeps paying for my subscription. Or if it becomes free, which, you know, neither is going to happen.
You can play up to level 20, but,
Yeah, fuck that, man. Come on.
I'd rather play the Old Republic.
I'd rather play any other MMO.
I have a blue Twi'lek as my wife. I made her watch me fuck an old woman.
Ugh. Why
do
blue?
You know that? because that's the one that the game gives you?
You know there's other colors.
She was my slave girl.
There's pink, there's white, there's green, there's
I can't just go out and... I don't want to go out and buy a new wife.
Alright, so Nick broke it.
I mean, blue kind of represents the fact that I am not a true Sith at heart. Like, I'm not dark side.
Alright, so now we're top 10 drunks in gaming. And you know who's probably gonna make that list?
The right show on there.
Yeah, they're gonna put that fucking slob, the right show, in there. He's a big fat guy who does the big fat guy thing.
Now I've got to ask a question. Do you think Duke Nukem is gonna be on that list?
I don't know. I feel like it would be more interesting if I either had a Klingon or a Vulcan as a wife.
By the way, guess what? You should have seen what we did last week for a reaction video. And the first thing that... And the first time we
did the devil.
Okay.
That's a kick in the liver.
Booze! Whether you love it or hate it, it's still pretty damn funny when it comes to video games. So we thought, let's come up with a list of the top 10 drunk video game characters in history.
Look at that HD. Look at the HD PVR up
so
there. That was my fucking dream back in the day.
Hey, I'm Stuttering Craig for Screwattack's top 10 drunks in video game history.
Here we go!
Let's go!
Number 10.
Booker DeWitt is having some family trouble, as in he's a shitty person and a terrible father that lost his daughter. Booker kind of gets clean if you play the game like a total weenie, but if you're like us, there's not an untouched bottle of booze the entire game. So drink up and forget that Elizabeth is your daughter. Just this once.
What?
Come on, it's
What?
cool. Don't worry about it. You didn't even know you were playing as her dad the entire time, so don't lie to yourself.
Did you?
You know you thought she was hot. Shame on you, Ken Levine, for erotically confusing us.
What?
So, fun fact... There were advancements in 3D animation made solely to create porn of Elizabeth Comstock.
And just trying his best to hold his own in a saloon brawl. Marston's drunken antics beautifully embrace Rockstar's use of the Euphoria engine. And the saloon's piano
That's not new nowadays.
All the better.
Number 8.
You may know this guy as the angry video game nerd, but did you know
I always wondered what the hell was in that decanter he had.
We knew we had to find a fun way to bring it into AVGN Adventures.
Scotch.
So we made it his life.
Bright orange, though.
Literally. When you get hit, you lose booze. And when you collect booze, you gain life. The nerd is 100% reliant on getting boozed up. So we're pretty sure he makes this list.
Yep.
7.
That's fair. Why wasn't his zapper on the futuristic guns list?
Another
because it was an NES zapper.
Bad Fur Day, because I don't know if he's been on enough of our list. Whatever. But this time, though, it's very warranted. Conker is an effing squirrel whose entire game revolves around being hungover. His slurred speech
it's context sensitive.
Is a true testament to his deplorable habits. But
context.
he's high on this list for one reason. What kind of drunk still gets hangovers? You're a casual, Conker. A filthy casual.
Just drink some fucking Gatorade.
That girl is a bad...
Or do what I do and drink a bunch of water.
An alcoholic one, too.
Or have coffee with aspirin.
A conveyor belt that feeds her victims to murder.
I mean before.
And a fridge full of booze.
Like before you go to bed.
This swear-slinging, batshit crazy psychopath even has a flask full of booze hard enough...
The fact that that's her name.
...that on fire. But she's still hospitable enough to offer us a drink right before we kick her ass up.
Bad girls go everywhere.
Damn, that's smooth.
Number 4.
Ow!
Health can be a tough thing to come by in the Dead Rising franchise, but if you find a liquor store, stock up.
Just
Caden says you're a bad man.
Yeah. Chuck's just gonna pull a David Lee Roth and chug a whole bottle of Jack Daniels.
Factor in mixers and the ability to combine drinks into blenders, which grants bonuses, and Chuck Green is a master alcoholic with the ability to 10 bar. And that is
the only reason why I remember him saying that is because someone made a Mugen character called Psycheo.
Vodka Drunkinski. When Punch-Out came to the console,
and they put
Drunkinski got tamed down.
Chuck Green's shout as a taunt in that character.
He was the most reckless, drunken athlete on this list. I'm gonna get smashed and then step into the ring. Yeah,
I've never seen a bottle of vodka look like that.
Was seeing 3 of the little guy.
But I suppose.
Yeah, but you know, kids.
But I suppose it's not specifically vodka.
And pills. A potent combo implored against
Max Payne.
Woe is me, my whole family was murdered act. Alright, seriously, it's kind of hard to hate on the guy for his addiction in this case, though, because despite his dependencies, Max is still one of the best goddamn
Jack
gunmen in the
Daniels.
world. And we were actually
It
thinking
can't be something like Glenn
lets him
Levitt.
see things in slow motion. So
I take Crown over
Bring
Jack.
on, you drunken master of death.
Number 2.
Once a clean-cut FBI agent, Ethan Thomas is now a
Ethan Thomas.
horrible-looking alcoholic. And to be honest, after the
Wouldn't
events of the
put
first
him
Condemned
higher
games, who the
than
hell
Max
wouldn't turn to
Payne?
the booze to make those visions go away? But the real indicator of how drunk he really
Hey,
is,
you remember
pretty much
back when
at all
even
times,
realistic
he
games had a
constantly keeps rats on his hands.
stylized
Not really sure if he keeps them
stylized
prepped for boxing
nature to
gloves or
them?
what, but Ethan Thomas knows that wherever he is, he's about to get in a drunken brawl.
It's
The blood just pops so much. It looks so cool. Yeah. All right, Joe.
Like a pun. Borracho means drunk in Spanish.
Yep.
Look, those Mortal Kombat folks, they're so clever. Whoa. He's literally killing someone with his drunken farts. Now there are tons of the gaming scene, but Borracho is so disgusting, so vile, so repulsive that he is the only one we felt worthy for this top 10. I mean, just look at this. Ugh. Now let's be real here. The couple of Mortal Kombat games he was
He's
in
like
were
Drunken
okay,
Master,
but,
but
they're definitely not the highlight of the franchise.
more drunken.
But lame.
When it came to deciding
less
the
master.
top 10 drunks in gaming, he was the very first person we.
He had a better fatality system in Mortal Kombat X, so.
Thanks for
His
watching,
fatalities
guys.
were kind of in there. His fatalities sucked in Deadly Alliance and Deception, but in X they were like, Yeah, Nick broke it.
It's funny. It's funny enough, but you know.
Yeah. Nick broke it even though he wasn't in this countdown.
Yeah, it is. Who do you think should be on here that isn't? Because I don't know.
Archer's mom? Archer himself?
It's a video game, though.
Video game. Pick a Saints Row character.
That's fair. Saints Row character.
Handsome Jack?
Handsome Jack. Like, hey, Handsome Jack, all of his best lines were improvised.
Thank you, Damian Clark.
Yeah. Thank you, Perfect Cell.
There you go, Damian Clark. He would make a great Zell.
Sure, why not?
You know, funnily enough, Zell's mocap actor is actually the voice actor for Ichigo.
Johnny?
Yeah. Johnny on Botch. No,
Masakazu Morita.
Oh.
Yeah, he used to do live action stuff before he actually got into voice acting, and his first VO gig was Tidus.
Huh. I don't know what to say about that. That's not a great first outing as a voice actor. I remember James Arnold Taylor took offense to somebody saying that they hated the voice acting in Final Fantasy X and the laughing scene in particular. And he was like, oh, it was like months of character work and research and getting into character for this, and it was like...
Was that the first time?
James?
Was that like the first... Wasn't that like the first
James?
couple of years that the game was released?
James Arnold Taylor, you're an amazing voice actor. I love you in Star Wars. I love you in all kinds of stuff. I have to say here, I could not tell that performance or any of the performances in that game took months of character work to get. It sounded to me like they were all just reading the lines off of the page the first time they looked at them.
Was it when he said that? Was that Was that the first year the game was out?
No, he said that recently. It was like 5 or
Just
6 years
now.
ago. Yeah, 5
Five
or 6.
or-
It was 5 or 6
Jesus
years
Christ.
ago when I saw that, and he took offense to that. And I was
Quite
like,
honestly, when I was watching a full playthrough of Final Fantasy X, I was somewhat endeared to Hetty Perez as Yuna, but
I liked her as Yuna. I didn't mind.
yeah, I wouldn't trade her for anybody. Anyway, top 10 best Gen 1 Pokemon.
With the Squirtle having the awesome face.
Wait, what? Now remind me, what face does Pikachu have in the top 10 worst?
Me gusta.
Hey, me gusta.
yeah, the no me gusta.
That face is funny.
Let's see. First gen. There you go.
Damn it.
About a month ago, we did the top 10 worst Pokemon of the first gen, which you can see by clicking the annotation on your screen. Now, obviously, Gen 1 of Pokemon means a
Lean
lot
in.
to us and all kinds of Pokemon.
Out of all
What is
the
that,
episodes to
Garu,
play in the
Jesse?
background.
Top 10 best Gen 1 Pokemon at some point. Before
that-
we get going, I want to give one more
That was them in
to
dis-
our friends at
Yeah,
Is
they
that
were
James and
disguised
Brad?
as
once again.
yes, they were disguised as
Gyara's.
Gyara's.
Goodies with different
Yeah.
things. If you sign up for
And
Loot Crate
I'm
before the
down
19th of the
for
month, you
Gyaru,
get
Jesse.
that month's theme.
James,
and
can you
for the
go
month
away?
of September, it's all about
You know he's not going to stop.
Rumor has it, there'll
James
be some
wants
cool Pokemon.
James wants to watch me plow his
An honest to
girlfriend.
God coincidence. If you want some cool stuff
That
you can't
should
get
not
anywhere else, go to
be
lootcrate.com/screwattack.
Any more disturbing than it already is.
But in the meantime, we've got some
well,
Gen
you
1
know, they
Pokemon
did-
to count
they
down.
are
Remember,
married.
These
They
are not
have
the
a
ones that
fucking
are
kid
best in
now.
Canonically, they're married now. Yeah.
simply our favorite.
Well, that's nice for
So, hey,
them.
I'm Nervous Nick for Screwattack.
Eventually, it was going to happen.
All of the
Gen 1
gay
Pokemon.
shippers who wanted them to be
Number 10.
People are shipping Jesse with Ash's mom.
Bangarang didn't had a kid, it would probably result in a creature like Scyther.
Ooh,
This
Scyther.
top 10, it's Sweet Blade.
Scizor is a bit better, but yeah, Scyther
was
is
gonna-
really cool though.
I was gonna say,
He's our
I like-
guy too, but I like Scyther enough.
Their blades become
Yeah,
sharper
Scyther's
the more
a
they
fine
cut
enough
through hard
pick.
materials. It's too bad the anime's so tame with the monster-on-monster violence, because any Pokemon arena would get pretty bloody.
Ooh, yeah.
I was gonna say
Ooh,
this.
nice panel from the
Dude,
manga.
he
Those
cut,
those
cut an
blades
Arbok
must be
in half.
blunt.
This electrifying bird is
He
a
cut an
Eyes,
Arbok in half.
Zapdos.
shocking foe. I'm so sorry, I had to. No, I'm not even
What?
kidding. I had
Zapdos, who is
I
the
did not
best
write
of
this.
the
Anyway,
Gen 1
Zapdos.
unlegendary
Not to be
birds.
confused with a certain large.
I'm an Articuno guy.
We had a really hard
No,
time.
I mean, like,
deciding between the three
stat-wise.
Original legendary birds. Zapdos, Articuno.
I don't pay
Moltres.
attention to that.
At the end of the day, though, all flying Pokemon are weak to lightning, except for Zapdos. Legendary bird, destroyer of the Elite Four, and get this, when he flaps his wings, it can potentially cause thunderstorms.
Number 8.
Baby, you're a fire dog! Come on, let your tail wag!
Why, just get
Make
JonTron
'em
to
go
sing it.
bark, bark, bark! Remember when I told
Nick,
you to
get
don't write these
JonTron to
scripts?
sing
This is
it.
why. Seriously, Arcanine is
Please.
a dog that can breathe fire. What else do you want from a Pokemon?
Number 7.
There are lots of cool Pokemon on this list, but none of them are as crazy as Haunter. Oh yeah, sure.
Or
normal
Gengar.
ghost Pokemon, right? Nope.
I'm a Gengar guy.
See, wild
Yeah,
Haunters
Gengar
actually
is
spend
one of
their
my
time
favorites.
hiding in dark places,
Especially
for
in
something
Gen
living to
4,
come by.
when you could
Once
when actually
something
use
dark fills
ghost
your
type
bite,
moves
stops its
for it.
victim and steals its life force with a lick from its gaseous
Yeah.
tongue. This
Clip from the
inflicts
opening.
convulsions in its prey that persist
Well,
until the
actually, it's a
victim
clip from the
dies.
anime that was reused
Oh, yeah.
for the
Reused
opening.
for the
Is
opening,
a
but it's
murderer.
like that's
But you're probably asking why
one of
Haunter and
the
not its
Remember when
famous
Ash?
previews.
Whenever,
Honestly,
yeah, remember when Ash
I don't
died
know why
and
Haunter looks more.
Number
and
6.
he
Fun story. When I was a kid, I had a pet turtle. It was a red-eared slider, and I named him Squirtle. The intention was to name it War
Not Nick's turtle.
Blastoise as it got bigger and bigger, but I mean, here we are 10 years later, and the dude's still only like 5 inches long. Not only did this titanic tortoise
I still like that clip from Death Battle.
watch, but he
Oh,
also
yeah.
has cannons. Cannons!
Boosh!
guys! Okay, think about it this way. If you were to
Thanks
put
for the lovely
Charizard
snack.
on his back and push him into the ocean, all you're left with is a dead dragon. However, if you do the same thing to a Blastoise, you essentially have a living pirate ship. Not only is Gyarados a really awesome dragon-looking thing who happens to be big enough to crush Like
Gyarados, a water
he was
flying
also
type.
One of the coolest Gen 1 water types in general.
Gyarados caused the
As we all
Titanic
know,
disaster
Gyarados
in the
comes from
Pokemon
Magikarp,
universe.
which was one of the
No,
worst
it
Pokemon
didn't.
ever. So this kind of makes
I am not in
Rocky
any way
Balboa
gonna get a
Pokemon.
Gyarados if
Kevin,
Pokemon are a thing.
Yourself a common Magikarp,
Kevin, are you?
and then one Rocky training
just,
montage
like,
later, you got a Gyarados.
Taking that joke seriously? Do you take all the fucking Ho-Oh cause 9/11 jokes I make seriously
kids,
too?
and as kids, all we wanted was one thing. That's right, a pet dragon.
They answered that too quickly.
But nonetheless, this is why Charizard gets our number 4 slot.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, like we said, you can't exactly use him as a pirate ship, but let me ask you this. What is better than sailing across a large body of water?
Flying!
Flying over a large body of water. Sailing's for
Charizard.
chumps when you've got wings. And besides, in Smash Brothers, he can apparently summon boulders out of nowhere and headbutt them so hard that they explode.
Only until Smash
See, Blastoise doing
4.
that.
Number 3.
Okay, hear me out. If
Hi,
Neo
Matrix
from the
2.
Matrix and Pai Mei from Kill Bill had a child, not only would it be one of the most butt-whooping entities to ever exist, but it would totally be Alakazam. I'm not even kidding. What I'm about to say is straight from the Pokédex.
Oh, go fuck yourself, Yuri Geller.
Alakazam's brain continually grows, infinitely multiplying brain cells. This amazing brain gives this Pokemon an astoundingly high Q of 5,000. It has a thorough memory of
It's
everything
over
that has occurred in the
5,000.
world. Yeah, that is incredible. Horrifying when you think about it, but also just incredible. He would actually be higher.
Alakazam used to be quite the efficient user of Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, and Ice Punch.
I would have taken all of your
Seriously,
other
Mr.
clothes,
Kazam, that's weak.
but
That is
we're on
weak. Go to the
children's
gym,
television.
do some neck curls. Don't know what those are. Figure it out. Do some neck curls. Stupid nerd.
You actually can do neck curls. Boxers do them.
Yeah, you knew
But
he was going to be on this
trapezius
list
work is
somewhere,
easier.
And here he
I'm
is.
Mewtwo.
Not only was Mewtwo easily the strongest Pokemon in the original games, but he was so awesome, he became the main plot point of the entire first Pokemon movie.
You got 2 movies.
Yeah. Let us never
Ash, and
let us never speak of this again.
And that's totally awesome.
In case you're wondering,
Also, if your friends didn't catch him
in the Japanese version of the first Pokemon movie, after Ash was restored, Mewtwo didn't really have like a whole speech about
Number 1.
Oh, how it doesn't matter how one was born or whatnot. He essentially was like,
actually, no.
let us never speak of this
Our
again.
number 1 Pokemon is one that I don't think anybody else would ever.
I
put
wish I
this
was
on,
kidding.
But you know what? We are. We're doing it anyway. For us, the
Let's
number
never
1
speak
Gen
of it
1
again.
Pokemon is Eevee.
No.
Yeah, it's a Pokemon that always had
Yes, but
one
also
more
no.
E in its name than you thought it did. But
what do you mean no?
How cute it is.
Where's Pikachu?
Aww. And secondly, it can evolve into electric, fire, or water types.
Look,
something
that's
that
fair,
no other
but
Pokemon
where's
in Gen 1
Pikachu?
could do. But we're putting the base form of Eevee as our number 1 spot because it represents a crossroads, a way to choose that no other Pokemon offers. To us, sometimes all you need to achieve greatness is a lot of potential, and that makes Eevee our number 1 Gen 1 Pokemon.
It's
Where's
so
Pikachu?
cute.
Where's my boy?
Alex.
I have no idea how awesome it feels to be inside of a mountain of pillows.
Alex.
You know what else is awesome is Loot
Alex.
Crate. Go to lootcrate.com/.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
There's no Pikachu.
I'd say Iron Man of Gaming.
Screw the monkey.
Yeah.
No. It's fair. It's fair. Let's put it above top 10 dumbasses in games.
All right, dumbasses. Dumbass.
It's right at it's right at the bottom of Iron Man of Gaming.
Yeah. Just like right away.
Ooh, now we're going to some spicy territory. Top 10 Wii U games.
How is it spicy? Is there any sexiness in there?
No, it's spicy because of the topic.
Wii U. Wii U.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we also have Luigi's Death Stare. I wish we could do a reaction to that, but then we'd get copyright.
It's a meme.
Proven that the Wii was home to
but
phenomenal games.
guess what song is playing?
On any other console out there. So
They see me rolling.
No.
Hating.
Watch that video first. But if there's one thing you can count on a console having more than good games, it's a console having a lot of bad games, and the Wii U is home to plenty of those. Now, we wouldn't be able to give you guys these weekly top 10s the way we do without a really cool sponsor helping us out. So
Wrong one.
Thanks to Loot Crate for
Loot Crate.
sponsoring our top 10s. This month is...
There you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't care about
You know, to
this.
say that Nintendo's 8th generation consoles
So,
I love the Wii U.
it's a little bit of an understatement, let's be honest.
What's your
Hey,
favorite
all the
fossil
same, there are
Pokemon?
plenty of games on here, gems, most of which you can't find on any other system. So today we're going to name the top 10 best of all.
That's
So
fair.
before we get going, I want to say a quick
Like I said,
thank
my
you to Loot
favorite
Crate
is
for once again
Tyrantrum.
sponsoring the Screwattack Top 10, because without them, hey, we wouldn't be able to do these
Like,
videos the way we do.
Gen 6
For the month
gave
of
us a
September,
dinosaur.
Loot Crate brings you all the
Second
monsters
favorite,
you can fit in your
Rampardos.
pocket, bringing you exclusive collectibles from Blizzard.
Rampardos is
Kid
from
Robot,
Gen
and even
4.
Pokemon. All you gotta do is subscribe before September 19th. But if you go to lootcrate.com/screwattack, you can save $3 on your monthly subscription. In the meantime, hey, I'm Nervous Nick for Screwattack's Top 10 Best Wii U Games.
Yep.
Nintendo has not at all run out of...
You're a squid, you're a
Okay.
kid, you're a squid, you're a kid, you're a squid, you're a kid, you're a squid, you're a kid.
Having them shoot ink at each other. That's pretty crazy, but the folks at the big end make it seem like something that's totally plausible. But Splatoon makes it okay to let younger gamers shoot each other. Because, you know, it's ink, not bullets. Right? Also, the paint roller is OP. Or I'm just bad at the game. Or both. Probably both.
Number 9.
The long-requested and often overlooked Pikmin franchise returned to Nintendo consoles after
I remember
stringing
a
its
lot of
fan base
people I knew
along
were excited for
for
Pikmin 3.
nearly a decade.
I was. I have it.
Inspired by Miyamoto's
I know my
passion
little
for
sister
gardening,
was
Pikmin
pretty
3
excited.
drops players into the role of one of 3 explorers on a planet much like our own. You control a brood of cute little flower creatures, battling bugs and...
I'm not a fan of the onions merging together like that.
What makes it stand out is just
Yeah, that one was. Yeah, that was a little
the
odd.
cutesy little characters mesh really well with the...
I get
fully
why they
realistic
did that, but at the
environments
same time,
and your first fruit. There's no going back.
it doesn't feel the same.
Number 8.
Yeah.
Man, we feel like the Rayman games are still so underrated.
Hey, look, Rayman Origins.
Can't
Yeah.
give enough praise to the
Rayman
colorful
Legends,
secret that
actually.
sits on that
Oh,
short
Legends,
list of
not
2D
Origins.
platformers that can hold a candle to the likes of Mario. This Wii U exclusive turned not so Wii U exclusive was a broken promise for Nintendo fanboys to get the third-party support the console so badly needed. But that does not take away from the fact that this should be a must-own in any Wii U owner's library.
Number 7.
Let's just be honest with ourselves, guys. The magic from Super Mario Bros. 3 and World will never quite return, no matter how hard Nintendo tries with its new 2D HD games. But it can get pretty friggin' close. I mean, the side-scrollers from the new series on Wii and DS were fine, but to see that smooth, colorful, red-hatted son of a gun rampage through your flat-screen television
Alex,
was proof of how old
calm down.
I will throw you, Alex.
Super Mario
Calm
Bros.
down.
U should be one of the
New
Alex,
Super
it's
Mario
okay.
Brothers
for the
sucks.
highest standards of what the Wii U
Alex,
is about.
Bite me.
And don't
Alex,
forget about
Now, if it
please.
was
that
new
one
Super
person
Luigi
in the gamepad who
Brothers,
constantly tries
Bite
to screw
me.
you over.
if it was
Alex,
new Super
6.
Luigi Brothers,
Take everything I just said, put it in 3D, and stir in some
Yes!
Yeah, Super Mario 3D
Yeah.
World.
Yes!
The
This game is
Galaxy
awesome.
series, but the co-op gameplay with friends took standard Mario gameplay and sprinkled in a pinch of Mario Party-ish minigames to complete.
Should
the
we
courses.
cite our gameplay for this?
Looks
Sure.
friggin' gorgeous.
Number 5.
Yeah, you know we put
It's
Donkey
Donkey
Kong
Kong.
freeze above these Mario games.
DK.
It's better. What
Donkey
you gonna
Conky
do about it?
Dong.
Donkey Kong Country
DK.
returns is such a
Conky
fame in the
Dong
office
is here.
We're salivating at the chance to get down with some Donkey Kong.
I gotta
Country
play
tropical
this in
freeze.
Returns one of
It
these
is
days.
just like the original games, only on PCP. Every single level is its own
PCP?
completely unique idea. Not a single thing is repeated. The side characters functioned as power-ups, and David Wise's soundtrack complements a stunning-looking title that should be the go-to platformer when you pick up your Wii U.
Number 4.
Ooh, Mario Kart 8.
It's a high spot on the list. I mean, it's
Should
Mario
we also
Kart.
cite our gameplay on the Switch for this?
Yeah.
There's jumps, there's slides.
Yeah,
Good
that was
shit.
fun.
Customization and ridiculous.
Gizmo, wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
With Luigi's evil stare of death taking over the internet,
Yeah.
little touches like that make Mario Kart 8 shine. But the best part of
Nice
Mario Kart
rendition
8
of
DLC
Mute City.
is actually an
Oh,
incredible
yeah.
bang for your buck. It's too bad the battle mode is like the worst in the entire series. Because
And then it got better by Switch.
on this list.
Number 3.
Now it's time.
Hello,
Oh, yeah,
gorgeous.
baby.
Rated M title on this list, and pretty much on the entire platform. Bayonetta 2 Climax is at the number 3 spot. I don't think there's anything crazier than this. Like, period. I mean, it's like Spinal Tap. Everything is just cranked to 11. Action, bosses, characters. If crystal meth was comprised of sex, murder, and metal, you'd probably get a high just like playing Bayonetta.
Ooh.
So spend your money on Bayonetta 2.
So,
instead of
Gizmo,
illegal
I
drugs
presume you would be
because,
playing this
A,
game
you
in a
know
peach
better, B,
outfit?
Unlike meth, eventually you'll be able to stop. Don't forget to dress it up like Star Fox. It'll confuse you in a wonderful way.
Number 2.
Hey, Smashy Bros!
Insane roster and amiibo integration, Smash Brothers for Wii U just seems to get everything
Yeah,
right.
Smash
I wish
4
we
is-
could.
Smash 4 is
is
good.
like a universal language.
Wish we could.
Benchmark
Wish we could have been able to play that online, but Nintendo decided
games
no.
with your friends. Even though getting GameCube controllers, adapters, and then connecting some Wiimotes can be a little bit of a chore,
No,
it's
it wasn't.
all worth it to
It's
experience
really
those hectic
easy.
moments of friend murder.
Yes, it was.
It's
Sure, not an annoyance.
1.
Remember that magic from Super Mario Bros. 3 and Mario World that we said was never coming back?
It came back.
We lied. It is back, and its source lives in Super Mario Maker. Our childhood dreams incarnate, Super Mario Maker is
No
a game
disagreements.
that never ends.
Yeah, no
Please
disagreements
understand,
here,
you can
because
change
this
it.
was
You can play
essentially
it forever. Whether
a
creating
sub.
or
This
playing
was
other
essentially
people's
a.
levels, the experience will be an ever-evolving.
This was
entity.
essentially a
Game
gateway
pad, the level
towards
is as
creating
intuitive as
a
it's ever
Kaizo
going to be.
Mario.
The platforming is
Yeah.
tight and as perfect as any Mario game. Look, I could talk about this game
Now
for
you can have
hours
Kaizo
about all the
Mario
little
on an
details
official
that make this
Nintendo
a fan's
console.
dream come true, but it's easier to just say this. If we were on a desert island, Super Mario Maker, no, hold on. Super Mario Maker and an internet connection would be the only things we'd ever need.
Are you sure about
Thank you
that?
so much for watching the top 10. If you like this video, please like it, share it, subscribe, and if you want to see more, we do these every single week, and you can see them all by clicking the playlist and
Okay.
Well, for just talking exclusives, yeah, or, you know, close enough to exclusives, yeah, that's pretty fucking good. You really gonna be putting it down and Nick broke it? Okay, Gizmo, communicate your argument to me about... Come on, man. Come the fuck on, man.
You just put it in Iron Man of Gaming, because it was good, but it's not Master of the Internet. Come on! Ugh. Okay.
This is before we watched the top 10 worst Wii U games. The Wii U is trash talked a little too much. They're acting like yeah, it's not Virtual Boy bad, because even Virtual Boy had some good games despite, you know, the way it was made. It's not Virtual Boy bad. It's not, but it's not Switch perfect either. But what it was gave us enough. And while that's not a good thing in terms of, you know, the amount of games it gave us, it was still good. It gave us enough. Like, I can look at my Wii U collection right now. Let me see. It gave us, what, NES
God damn it.
Remix?
No Hyrule
Shit.
Warriors.
It was better on Switch.
Same.
Yeah, but this was before it came out on Switch.
Right, yeah. But, you know, it gave us Hyrule Warriors. It gave us Star Fox Zero. That was at least decent. Not the best way to bring back Star Fox, but it was still good.
Yeah.
NES Remix, it gave us Tokyo Mirage Sessions after people begged for it. Sure, it had some censoring. It had censoring and localization issues, but at least we got
Still a
the
decent
chance
game,
to play
yeah.
it. It's still decent enough. You know, Sonic Lost Worlds.
Yeah.
Pokken Tournament.
Fair.
Yeah, that was good. And that was good too.
WarioWare. There's a rhythm. There was a Rhythm Heaven game on Wii U. I don't have it yet. Yoshi's Woolly World. That still hasn't been ported to Switch, oddly enough.
Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Kirby's Epic Yarn was not a Wii U game. But Rainbow
wasn't there?
But there's
another one.
There's a game. There's another one. What is it called? I have it right here. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Yeah, that one. It was like Canvas Curse on DS. The Skylanders series was actually pretty good on Wii U because if you paid attention,
I'll be right back.
If you paid attention, you'd find out that there are 4 characters exclusive to Wii U. And that would be... Well, no, 2, I guess, if you haven't gotten the PS3 version or 360 versions. Because you had the chance of playing not only as Dr. Neo, Cortex, and Crash Bandicoot, but you also had the option of also playing as Donkey Kong and Bowser in the Skylanders games that they're compatible with. Wait, you want to take a piss? Big Bishi.
All right. But yeah. They got really good picks on here, and one that I had to try to calm Alex down for.
We Fit You.
We Fit You. That's a good one.
Yeah, because it came with a GPS. Well, not GPS. It came with a pedometer that you could just sync up with the game. That was interesting. To a lesser extent, I guess you could say Wii Sports Club because it took Wii Sports Online. That was pretty cool. But yeah, the digital games. There was Dr. Luigi. There was
Dr. Luigi.
There was
Who doesn't have as much of a doctorate as Mario.
No, but you know, it was still good.
You know how he got his doctorate?
Don't tell me you got it out of a cereal box.
No. He got it from. An incident at a local dumpster near McDonald's.
He beat up a doctor and took his diploma.
Oh, so he was working with United Airlines.
No, but there was a form of fisting involved with a certain Daisy.
Daisy fisted a doctor to get his doctorate for him?
No. There was no other... No. Daisy was the college professor. Luigi was the student.
There was the Fatal Frame game that was on Wii U that was exclusive for a while.
Oh, so okay,
Lone
so he
Lone
was
Survivor.
fisting her to get his degree.
Yep.
What else was there? Lone Survivor, that was exclusive for Wii U. I think
What
still
about
is.
Zombie U?
Zombie U was good. Captain U, I guess, is kind of decent enough. Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures was it was exclusive for the Wii U for a while too. High Strangeness.
Yeah, they mentioned AVGN Adventures before.
Yeah, Affordable Space Adventures, Pushmo. The Amiibo stuff, the Amiibo Challenge game.
Yeah, that's a That's another one.
Yeah, those are just some of the games. Yeah, the Wii U gets too much hate. People are just using that to just hack the damn thing now.
Yeah, I need to see if there's any new hacks for it, because I have one of the old ones in place, but I never looked into the new ones.
Let's continue on to the next one, which we almost watched. Top 10 worst Wii U games.
Yep.
And I'm gonna spoil it right now. Meme runs on.
Oh, goody.
Does Meme Run even fucking count?
Yes, it's a game. It was on Wii U only.
I thought it was on Wii Virtual Console as well.
Proven that the Wii was
nope.
Not Wii Virtual Console eShop, but yeah.
You can't find on any other console out there. So if you haven't seen us count down the 10 best Wii U games, click on my face and go watch that video first.
I can't click on your face. Your face is not
good games.
I don't want to touch your face.
Yeah, I want to stay far away from your face, Nick.
Now, we wouldn't be able to give you guys these weekly top 10s the way we do without a really cool sponsor helping us out. So, jeez! So, thanks to Loot Crate for sponsoring our top 10s. This month is all about the monsters you can fit in your pocket.
Oh, Nick occasionally streams now.
This crate will feature exclusive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he always break it?
$3 on your monthly subscription. Go to lootcrate.com/screwattack.
I wouldn't be surprised if he broke something on stream.
That's right. You can get this month's crate before the.
That was the whole joke behind him, anyway.
Yeah, not necessarily.
That was the whole joke behind him, anyway. Well, that's the whole joke behind him, because during his time at Screwattack, he was mostly behind a lot of things breaking on accident.
Nick, for Screwattack's top 10 worst Wii U games.
Which was also a joke whenever he was in a lot of skits. He broke something unintentionally.
God bless you.
Number 10.
Rabbids Land is a knockoff, a Mario Party wannabe that markets itself as the perfect party game. But surprise, it doesn't live up to the crazy
Rabbids
madness
Land
that lies
isn't
on the
good.
front of the box.
News at 11.
Good thing we at least still have Mario Party 10 on the Wii U to look forward to.
No!
That's gonna be such a great party game!
It wasn't.
Just wait, you'll see.
Number 9.
How many Minecraft ripoffs do we need before the world decides we've had enough? Well, not even the
What
Wii
the
U
hell
is
is
immune to
this?
the wave of unoriginality as seen in Cube Life Island Survival. You know, on that note, somebody tell me
I've
why the
never
actual
even heard of
Minecraft
this game.
still is not on the Wii U. Like, are you freaking kidding me? I mean, it's not like the game would be a technical strain on the console. I mean, after all, Xbox 360s and PS3s can run a perfectly acceptable version, so why not the equally powerful Wii U? And the gamepad would be perfect for all those extensive menus. But I digress.
Yeah, spoiler, it went on the Wii U. It was not exactly...
Cube Life Island Survival. It's... Yep, sure is a Minecraft clone. Gross.
Number 8.
The issue with 007 Legends is the lost potential. To think that you could play through some old scenes from the classic Bond films is the perfect chance for some incredible
I remember
spy
when this
action.
game was
But to
new.
take those moments from classics like Goldfinger and somehow make them boring,
Injected Daniel Craig into every fucking Bond
tragedy.
film
It is a
and fucked it up
tragedy
somehow.
for the Wii U.
Number 7.
Tanks are cool.
Oh, come on.
Somebody tell me why the heck this game debuted at full price. I mean, the marketing for Tank
okay, you know
is
what? That's
hilarious,
fair.
But come on, this game
not a
should
bad
have
game.
free to play from the get-go
Overpriced
instead of a
as
year
fuck,
later.
though.
At least the tanks are far more ridiculous and mobile than traditional ones. I mean, look at that minigun. Look at that. That is not enough to save this game from being stinky doo-doo. True, it is geared toward a younger audience, but so are most of the games on Wii U. So don't try to throw that in our face.
Number 6.
Just like 007 Legends, it's quite insane that we can't get a good Fast and Furious game on home consoles. I mean, Wheelman came close, I guess, but to know about all the crazy set pieces from the films that exist and not be able to read...
It's all about family, Alex.
Sad.
It's all about family.
But Fast and Furious Showdown can be described with every single overused, cliched word in the bad reviews of movie tie-ins dictionary. Bland, rehash, cash grab, whatever. Just stay away.
Number 5.
Mario Party is a beloved franchise here at Screwattack, which is why I can't help but be utterly disappointed in Mario Party 10.
More contemporary.
The only thing that's good about this
hate,
game is the
and it puts their
Bowser mode.
mechanics at the forefront. Gone completely is the cutthroat nature of the Mario Party
Featuring
we
new
love.
Bowser
What's here
mode.
Instead is a mantra of everyone's a winner. It makes it so that even the most pathetic players are awarded a participation ribbon for how much they suck.
Number 4.
There it is.
Any game indicative
Meme
of the
run.
attention span of the current generation.
AKA
Oh,
copyright
my
infringement,
Lord,
the video
it is
game.
Meme run. Loud, colorful.
Oh God,
It's
this
not
is.
a game meant to be of quality.
I have to keep my eyes closed because this
Exactly
is
those
actually
things.
hurting my
Super
eyes.
In your face. How quickly
Yeah,
can we give
well,
you a
that's part of the
seizure
reason why.
experience?
Aside from the copyright
Few games
infringement,
can give you a
the
headache
fucking
as
seizure
fast as Meme
procedure.
Run. It's pretty much tailor-made to land itself on lists like this. So,
Yeah.
mission accomplished.
Can't imagine why.
Number 3.
Oh, thank God, it's gone.
Ugh. Family Party 30 Games is one of those games you'd see at a store that
Oh,
has
yeah, I forgot
no
that this game
right
exists.
selling games. Like, you
I knew
find
that
at
it
Big
existed,
Lots
but,
or the dollar store. It's as if its surplus copies could only be marketable at the small aisle of candy and those as seen on TV products that are right next to checkout. A collection of 30 games that'll make you want to ground your kids instead of play with them. You'll bask in the glory of technological frustration that comes with unfinished crap on a disc.
Number 2.
Man, you almost want to feel bad for The Letter. The Letter is an eShop game that was the child of a failed Indiegogo campaign. It's like Slender, but without the Slender Man, which, unless you're
What the
really,
fuck?
really scared of video games, shouldn't remotely frighten you at all. Apparently developed part-time over a few short months, thanks Wikipedia, The Letter is called by most a demo more than a game. It's also called a strange example of how bare bones a game can be and still get approved on the Wii U eShop.
It's number 1.
No, we don't hate Sonic. Just because we've
That's
been fans
contradictory.
of the Wii U for over 20 years, that does not make us blind
Yeah,
to
Sonic
how
Boom-
awful his Wii U experiences are.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
In fairness,
no,
Sonic
no.
Lost World
Yeah, I was gonna
wasn't
say
a total
Lost World is good.
tragedy, but they all but murdered him in Sonic Boom. Slowing
Yeah, Sonic
down
Boom is
Sonic
terrible.
was the tip of the iceberg.
Too
That's
fast.
legendary.
Beats by
Cast of characters that
Sonic
keep on
the
growing.
Hedgehog.
It's safe to say that we don't give a crap about
Too
these characters.
fast
All we need
for
is
the
Sonic
naked eye.
the Tails.
Sonic
clothes
the
die?
Hedgehog.
Sonic Adventure Generation probably likes
I would like to
Sonic.
see. I would like to see someone actually fix this game and see if it actually turns the game good.
Save the cute animals from Eggman and boom, Sonic game.
Well, it is running on a first-person shooter engine that isn't intended
We
to run
imagine
on the
Sega will
Wii
just
U,
keep on throwing more and more
so
poo-poo on the pile while we sit here with clothespins on our noses, waiting for a game that lives up to our childhood memories.
that is fucking
Or until they just
atrocious.
make another Sonic Generations, because that was good.
Hey, they made another Sonic Generations,
Hey, thanks for watching this top
Yeah.
10. It was awesome. Don't you think they did a
and it
great
was
job?
good.
I think this is gonna have to go in a hard nude.
No, I'd put it in Iron Man of Gaming.
Okay, fair enough. Like a little low Iron Man of Gaming.
Yeah, middle low. Yeah. Where do you think, Gizmo? What do you think?
Right there.
Right there?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Alright, so next time on our top 10 tier list, 10 reasons why
10 franchises that should die.
By Evil Craig.
die, my darling. Just shut your pretty eyes.
And look
I'll
at
be
that,
seeing
5
you
Nights at Freddy's.
again.
FNAF has not
I'll be
died.
seeing. Yep, it had a game recently.
It had a movie that was actually really good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Like
Starring the-
Zoinks, man! And
Starring,
I'm the bad guy in this film, Scoob!
yeah, starring Shaggy and some bread.
Rare.
Tell me you guys get that joke.
I don't.
Gizmo, do you get that joke?
Nope.
I'm sorry, you cut out there. What?
Nope.
The main character is played by the actor who played Peter Malark in The Hunger Games?
I have no interest in the Hunger Games.
Read the books; they're really good. Don't watch the movies.
They're the next Twilight. They're the next Twilight.
No, they're fucking not. No, they're fucking not.
They really aren't.
They were.
Don't watch the movies. The movies are garbage. Like, Josh and Jennifer Lawrence give, good enough performances based on the horrible material, but, one of these days, we should do a watch-through of those, and I'll try to point out Moist Critical in the background.
What?
I am not fucking kidding.
Moist Critical was in the background of one of the movies?
Moist Critical was an extra in The Hunger Games, yes.
Oh, this is an episode of The Industry.
I'm gonna tell you right now, when I was at the Hunger Games, I saw kids dying and I really didn't...
You know what I hate? Top 10s.
I guess we're not ending. I guess we're just gonna watch this. I'm cool with that.
You saw the title when you click this video. You know what this shit's about. Just watch it. 10. Anyone who still plays Just Dance
Dance.
Legs broken. Games are about fingering controllers and sitting on your ass, not standing up and having fun.
Just Dance is still going.
Fuck you, skateboarding. It used to be fun when I was like 12 last year. Same with Tony Hawk games. How about we try to reboot this series after throwing out some shit game with some stupid peripheral skateboard? No! How about you not destroy our fucking childhoods? Let us keep our memories intact. 8.
This is some really bad argumentation, but I agree so far.
Metal Gear Solid is dead. Good.
No.
Now Kojima's free to go make more original games about a
Metal Gear Solid is
rake and his attempts to take down Big Moss. Because I'm pretty sure Kojima doesn't know how to make anything fucking original anymore. Talentless hack. 7.
What?
This is Evil Craig, Alex.
What is this? What? This
Okay,
shit was
that's
dead
fair.
long before this list. I don't even know why it's on.
As in, this is the dark side of Craig.
6.
Okay.
He's doing this for shits and giggles.
Scroll the hell
Duke
up.
is...
Nobody likes
hey,
an asshole who runs around cussing and
Duke
complaining.
Nukem was already
And why
dead
the
when this
shit
video
did it
came
take
out.
15 years to make Duke Nukem Forever. While you're at it, if you're gonna put skanky chicks in video games, at least give them real boobies.
Why did you not censor
Silicone.
that? What? How do you know if they're silicone or not in 3D?
Mario Party sucked after 3, but Nintendo just keeps stringing this shit along, and you sheep just
How do you know?
like fucking Cobb salad. Mario Party.
There's been good stuff after 3.
You, and is only using you for your money. Deal
That's
with
every
it.
company.
4.
Yep.
Sick of traveling in Assassin's Creed games. I hate the desert. I hate Italy.
You know, that's
I hate
fair.
The Caribbean. Swamps are all right. Then we went to some place named France, and now I gotta go to England, a country full of people with crooked-ass yellow teeth that got beat up by a bunch of idiot farmers. It was a revolution. We traveled through every time except for the one with cars.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna kick your ass. Shut the fuck up! No one mentioned that game. 3.
Hackers Creed. FNAF.
Damn it, YouTube! You did this! Ah! Hey, I'm a dude that just sits there and plays video games in front of a camera and unnecessarily overreacts to a fucking Flash game on a PC. Oh, you shit on Call of Duty because it releases a game every year, while at the same time, you're gobbling dick
Is there
of
a
a game
flying
that's
V
got
in the
4
background?
sequels in 12 months! Fucking hypocrites. Whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, Mega Man fans. Hey, Castlevania
Mega Man
fans.
is dead.
Hey, Banjo-Kazooie fans.
Castlevania
Quit
and
asking for these games to get
what
sequels
is
or
that?
remakes.
5 strings on the
Effing creators
banjo
are
and those
kickstarting
4
other games
tuners.
that are way better than the originals anyways. Just play those instead. God damn it.
Yeah, good one.
All of
Let me bring
those
you
were
things
not good.
If you
Yes, they
stop
were.
buying them, they'll stop making them. Who am I kidding? No, fuck me. This blue little turd has been a knight,
This
a
is-
werewolf, a race car driver, and he's shitty at all of them. I hate Sonic, and you know who else does? Everybody in the fucking world. Just kill him, Sega. If you're gonna bring him back again,
Showing
bring
footage
him
from the
back
best
in a
Sonic
body
game.
bag. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt your feelings? Did I make you feel bad because I think
But-
the shitty franchise should die?
No, Evil Craig, I just kind of
off.
think
And
that
if you
you're
do agree with
a
me like I think
weird
you do 'cause
fucking
you're
guy.
fucking sheep, give this video a thumbs up.
Yeah, Evil
Straight up
Craig
your
is
ass.
very
If you didn't,
strange.
Guess what? I'm gonna make you listen to the entire Creed catalog.
Did you make me higher? Fuck
Can you
God.
take
But
me
Creed's actually good.
higher?
3 years ago.
If he said Nickelback, we would understand.
Where blind men see.
Look.
Can you take me?
Okay, this is
higher?
kind of a Nick
Screwy the
Broken
monkey.
or yeah,
Screwy
or
the monkey.
yeah.
This list is the biggest sin of this list is that it's not fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's
So,
a parody
next-
list that's not funny.
Yeah. So next time, top 10 SNES RPGs. So until then, we will see you guys tomorrow for our trip through Middle Earth.
Yeah, timestamp the video. By the way, Kevin, you gonna be available later in the day? Because we're not gonna be able to move it earlier because Bender's not gonna be able to make it.
I got work early in the morning.
Work early in the morning.
But I'll try.
Because it's all. If we start it at 7:30 or I won't be able to start at 7:30 exactly. But if we start at like 7:40, we should be done before 9. We should be done before 11 in your time. So.
Right. That's fine.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah. Well, we'll see you guys later. Till
and we'll
next
see you
time.
Sunday. And we'll see you Sunday for more or Invincible Season 2.
Yes, not Season 3.
Relax your anus.
Bye, everybody.
We'll get to Season 3.